Yeah. Check. 1 2 1 2 in the building. This is your boy DJ ROC.
And your boy Raggedy Andy.
Yeah. This is the first episode of ROC and Raggedy.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a little bit different than what y'all used to hearing from us. This is going to be straight up sports talk, but with a hip hop feel to it. You feel me?
We just reaching broad, audience that, like sports and like hip hop. But we're going to concentrate more so on the sports aspects of it. We're going to bring it to you live. We're not going to be like Stephen A. We're not going to just yell all the time. We're going to give you
when
some
you're
knowledge.
Smoking the weed.
And I won't use big words either, because he's just a walking thesaurus.
For real.
It's like you find yourself like just trying to figure out what he said rather than knowing anything about the sports or anything. But that being said, man, we have a lot to tackle on this first episode.
Do we ever, man? The first episode is kicking off with the end of the NFL season.
Ooh, and what an end it was.
Man, look, Super Bowl 52. Am I the only one? I probably shouldn't say this. We're supposed to be being, not one-sided or anything. But am I the only one happy to see somebody else win the Super Bowl?
I'm sure you're not, because due to the fact that I heard a lot more boos when they were coming out than I heard cheers.
Listen, and it's crazy. The Super Bowl's in Minnesota, right?
Right.
The Eagles just beat Minnesota, right?
Right.
Knocked them out of the playoffs.
Correct.
Yet Minnesota was cheering for Philly. That should just show you.
Well, you know what it is. It's just the NFC teams tend to go for NFC teams.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that, because I look at how many people traveled from Philadelphia to the game, and all through the week they were given the natives of the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. They were giving them warnings like, be careful of the Philly fans. They punch horses.
They punch a lot they punch horses. They boo at everything. Yeah,
and Santa Claus.
Yeah. Boo Beyonce.
They're also known as the battery chuckers, from the Phillies days.
Yeah.
I remember when the Yankees went there one year, and then, oh man, they were throwing batteries like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, everybody thought it was bad when Cleveland Browns fans was throwing dog biscuits, but when you get hit with a battery and it's cold, I never felt that. But hey, I'm just saying, it don't sound like it's gonna be, You know what my classic Philly
fan was, they did once upon a time?
What's that?
If you remember back when the Lakers were playing the Sixers that year, and it was halftime when they always do the little concerts, which I absolutely hate. And
the balancing
they had Destiny's Child that day. They did they did their little song Bootylicious, I think they did, or whatever. And right when they were done, they just booed them. All you heard was boo. They killed them, man. They killed them.
That's how they don't care, man. They'll boo children. It's real.
And we thought that the Bills Mafia was bad. Well, we are. We are. But Philly fan is not far behind. If
Bills,
not
Oakland, Philly. I think that just about sums it up.
I would agree.
Yeah,
I would agree.
Yeah.
The Mafia doesn't go as far as dressing up in character, Darth Vader or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we will wreck a table in a minute.
You ain't never lie. For real. But it's funny, because so we getting ready to watch Super Bowl and everything like that, and I'm like, let's do something different.
Yeah.
If we're truly going for Philadelphia, let's hook up some Philly cheesesteaks for the pregame. Went in, man. And then I posted on Facebook, or AKA The Book. I was like, so what's everybody's pregame meal of choice? Is it New England clam chowder or is it Philly cheesesteaks? And a lot of people was riding with the Philly cheesesteaks because a lot of people was riding with Philly.
Correct.
And then we get to the game only to find out Malcolm Butler is not playing. Except for special teams.
It was weird to me to see him crying during the national anthem, and that's a whole nother story.
Yep.
But to see him crying and then not see him out there, I'm like, was that why he was crying?
Yeah, you're thinking, okay, the emotion of the game is getting to him. The Super Bowl, they just won it last year. He was the hero a couple of years ago. He must have been crying because he not going to take part in this.
And everybody's surprised by this. This doesn't surprise me, because Bill Belichick's whole thing is to show everybody that he can win his way. Mm-hmm. I mean, I look at things that he's done in the past, just getting up in the middle of the night and saying, okay, we're going to trade Lawyer Malloy, or okay, we're going to get rid of Richard Seymour. Okay, it's his MO. He does it all the time, and
Drew
somehow seems to win or what have you. But
Richard Seymour,
Jamie
Collins.
The list goes on and on, and it's not like these players aren't in their prime when he does it.
Yeah, he trade him like right before you fall off. The only person he didn't treat like that is Tom Brady, but and we see why. I guess we could wait and see. Is there some form of issue? Is there something that he did? Did he miss curfew? Did he go to the titty bar?
The reports
what did he do? That it was not disciplinary. And you know how Belichick is. He's going to give that same answer. He said, I put the people in position that I think gives us the best chance to win. He stuck to that. That was it.
I don't understand how that gives you the best chance to win.
Now,
somebody explained to me that you're not playing a guy who played 97.8% of the plays in the regular season. You might as well say it's 100%. He missed a couple
97.8%.
Like he played like over 1,000 plays, and Rowe has played over like maybe 250. They said.
Yeah.
Why would I want to put him in? How is he going to make me a better defense?
Man, look. He said he put in the people that gave them the best chance. Well, no. We're just going to put in people that give us the best chance to win. That's how you talk in interviews.
Now, something interesting that I think that people may not remember. At the beginning of the year, when they got Gilmore, they were trying to trade Butler.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that has anything to do with anything.
And Gilmore been balling this year, so,
I don't know.
Well, I'll say in the latter half of the season.
Okay, we can go with that.
When it counted, because he been balling in the playoffs when it matters.
Oh, he made a couple of good plays yesterday.
Yeah. And you got to think they gave him that money, so they probably figure he's younger. We want to see. Well, is he younger?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. So.
No. They may be about the same age. Maybe.
But I guess they figure Gilmore is the better athlete, so maybe. I don't know.
I think they figured Gilmore is the higher priced athlete, so he has to be out there.
Yep, and Butler is a free agent, so
he won't be back.
Nah, get your walking shoes.
You know what though? He could have went a whole different way about how he handled things, but I will say he did handle it with class. He didn't speak bad, but the only thing he really said was that they gave up on me, and you did.
And I think he didn't have to speak better because that statement right there speaks volumes.
Right.
They gave up on me. So that just basically kind of lets you know he knows he's not coming back.
And then 3 years ago, you were the hero of a Super Bowl, and to just go out like this is just I don't know. I've been hearing from friends, hearing from other shows and things of that nature, what it may be, what it could be, and I haven't been able to pinpoint anything, so it just really makes no sense to me.
And when they come out and say it's not disciplinary, it just makes you wonder. So, but hey, Patriot way.
We'll just say it's an evil genius being evil.
Yeah, the evil part of this. Now, the game itself.
What a game,
man! Look, nonstop. Granted, the defense was down both sides.
Defense was optional. One punt the whole game.
One punt. How many turnovers? One on each side?
Yeah.
Man, it was a pretty efficient game. Not a lot of mistakes. But Eagles on third down was killing it.
Oh,
couldn't stop them.
You know what's funny to me? That we give Belichick a pass. Now, mind you, isn't he supposed to be a defensive specialist?
Yep.
And you give up 41 points?
And they talk about how great Matt Patricia is. And
I've never seen. The only thing great about him is his beard to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the only thing I say. And we would say something like that. We are members of the beard gang.
That's right.
But he just sits. It's almost like after they run whatever play they run, he just sits there and looks at it like,
I can't believe they did this.
How come I didn't get that one?
He was looking rather high school coachish on the sideline.
It's just funny to me that Philadelphia played up on that whole underdog theme the whole time.
Yeah.
And they bought in, they believed, and who knew?
Then they wanted it more. They played angry.
And shout out to to my cousin Jason, who told me in July, before training camp, that they were going to win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And he was only basing that off of them getting Alshon Jeffrey, who, by the way, did have a great first half.
Who, by the way, I'm being a Chicago Bears fan, I'm currently hating on, but congratulations, Alshon, on your Super Bowl.
I mean, you guys didn't even use him correctly, but hey,
we didn't use a lot of people correctly, but yes, we'll get to that another day, another time. Chicago is on the clock. So, yeah, but man, the game was crazy. I mean, it was probably one of the best to watch from, beginning to end that we've had in a while.
And it's funny that I look at social media and seeing everybody killing Brady. Was it Brady's fault?
He threw for 500 yards. I don't know.
Was it really his fault?
But, and you can vouch for this because we talked about this like early in the season. The train is not coming off the tracks, but it is a little shaky because those plays that he usually makes, those throws he usually gets in there. Yeah. Nick Foles was doing that. Brady wasn't. Brady was missing some open throws, and I was seeing this like early, like week 3, week 4. I'm like, Brady's still balling, but he does look like a 40-year-old elite athlete.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What is a 40-year-old elite athlete? I mean,
Tom Brady.
Who's been 40 and elite that we can measure anybody
Put
to?
it like this. Tom Brady is Rich Gannon the year that Rich Gannon took the Raiders to the Super Bowl, but every year. Rich Gannon did that one year. Right. Tom Brady's been doing that every year, like consistently.
Right.
And maybe it's the avocado ice cream. I don't know. I can't call it.
I'm not trying that.
Gronk said he started trying to stop partying and started eating avocado ice cream.
Do you really believe Gronk stopped partying?
I think he had a avocado ice cream.
I would think that he might have slowed down with the partying. I don't think he stopped. He didn't stop.
What alcohol mixes good with ice cream? Rum? He might have had a rum cream and avocado ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
Rum and raisin ice cream.
There you go.
They're usually on deck.
Yeah. The Gronkinator.
Wow. But I mean, I just, it's just, I'm happy for Nick Foles because right when he assumed the starting role as quarterback, everybody said, oh, they're done. What a great season, but it's over now.
But not only do I salute Nick Foles, I salute Doug Peterson.
Oh, he's the real MVP?
Dude, like he just said, you know what? So what? Carson Wentz is out. Yeah, he's our franchise quarterback. When he comes back next year, he's going to be our quarterback. But right now, Nick Foles is our guy, and we're going to cater the offense to his strengths. I think they even said he went back and watched that year he was successful.
Yep.
With Andy Reid and parts of the season with Chip Kelly, the things he did well, he incorporated that into the playbook.
Plays, yeah.
I mean, that's what you got to do. People always want to try and make a quarterback or make a receiver or make a defensive lineman or a linebacker fit into their system, but you have to cater to their strengths.
Doug Peterson just outcoached Belichick.
Pretty much.
I mean,
and he was the aggressor.
That fourth down play, I mean, to run that, when you had 2 running backs averaging 6 yards to carry.
Yeah.
So you could have gave it to Ajay.
Yeah.
You could have gave it to Blunt. You could have probably even did a quarterback sneak if you wanted to. But to call that play, that was some balls to call that play.
Yeah.
Because what if that play would have got blown up?
Exactly.
But, kudos to him. And he stated early, we're not going to go for no field goals.
We're going to be aggressive.
We got to punch it in if we're going to win this game.
Because my thing is this. He knew how good the team, he kept saying that. We know how good that team is on the other side. We're not going to give them an opportunity. So if we're in range, we're going for it. Because if we just punt and lay back and everything like that, we can't give them too many opportunities because they've done it before.
Once again, one punt. One punt.
Yeah. And I know everybody was thinking, hey, last year was 28-3, and look what happened. So
yeah,
he probably was like, I got to keep the foot on the neck no matter what.
And I'm sure you, just as well as everybody else that's listening, probably thought to themselves, oh, they gave Brady too much time to come back.
Sure did. But when they covered that kick, when they kicked it short and then covered it well, I was like, oh, this might be it. But at the same time,
to me,
you still never know.
New England tried to just overdo things with trick plays. And Did they connect on any of those trick plays?
Like the touchdown to Nick Foles. When the Patriots did that, I'm like, they gonna throw it to Tom Brady?
The guy with absolutely no speed,
none whatsoever,
with a hurt hand that didn't want the ball to touch anywhere on that hand. That's why he alligator armed it.
Yeah.
And then if you looked up, he would have had enough for the first down, but he would have had to just probably go down because he would have got blown up.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it would have been a wrap.
And it would have been worse than what Cooks got.
Cooks got us. Pray for him, man, because he got laid out. Legal hit, but he got laid out.
At that point, he's not a receiver.
Yeah.
He's a runner at that point. And you're always taught to look around.
The way Malcolm Jenkins hit him, at that point, he was a football player.
Oh, he sized him up.
Yes.
Oh, great play, though.
Shout out to Malcolm Jenkins, beer gang.
But I mean, just a great game. I don't think that there was anything on the football side that was bad about that game.
Not at all. I mean, last year, people were saying, oh, it's a snoozer, and it got exciting in the fourth quarter when they started making the comeback. This was just nonstop action because even when the Eagles were up by 10, you're like, it's New England. 10's not really enough. I don't know. You always had that thought in the back of your head. I don't know. And lo and behold, it just kept going back and forth. Then they finally got the lead. So, I mean, everybody was probably just like, oh, my God, here we go again.
And it's just so crazy to see how many people just hate them. I mean, it's to be expected, but the other thing that really had me shocked, they didn't get any of the two big time calls.
They got
reversed.
none of the calls. Yeah, they didn't get them reversed. They didn't get any special calls
because I thought that they were just definitely going to say Ertz did not have a touchdown. Can somebody please explain to me what is a touchdown anymore? I don't understand, because that looked like the same thing that Des Bryant did. That wasn't a touchdown.
Like the same thing that happened in Pittsburgh.
It looked more outrageous than what Benjamin caught that was called a touchdown, then taken back in New England.
Yeah.
And
it's funny, like the three major calls that happened this season happened against New England, so it's ironic that the fourth one didn't. Well, I said the fourth and the fifth.
I think because on the big stage, everybody was looking for that to happen.
Yeah.
So I think that the officials probably made a conscious decision that we can't have this be the narrative of this game.
Not to mention they've been getting hammered about it all season long. So like, okay, look, we got to just stick with our guns. And plus, like we even said when we were having these arguments during the regular season, if they call it a touchdown on the field, you need to have concrete, absolute, no doubt about it, evidence that you have to overturn it. Absolutely. And if you don't have that concrete, no doubt about it evidence, you gotta leave it what you called it on the field. And I think they just did that tonight.
I'm not sure if the replay is really helping out at this point anymore.
No.
I mean, I would rather just take, the referee's word for it, or I trust his vision.
Yeah.
Because once I'm going to replay, and we watch it millions and millions of times, and then they sit there for like 10 minutes, and then they come out with, okay, it's still a touchdown. If it's still going to be a touchdown, that should be known immediately.
Yeah.
Because I automatically thought, I said, oh, they're about to turn it because it was taking so long. They came out and said the call stands. I was like, wow.
But what's funny though? Like, I don't know. I know some people probably notice this too, but it's real funny when they call a play like that, how they come out of that tent where they're watching the review. Mm-hmm. It's a big difference between saying the ruling on the field stands or the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Oh, all you have to do is look at their body language, their facial expression. When they go to overturn one, they're so hesitant in saying it.
Yeah, but when they say the ruling on the field stands, that just means we ain't sure, but we don't got enough to change it.
Right.
When they say the ruling on the field is confirmed, they're like, yeah, that's a touchdown. There's no arguing it, But it's just crazy, just the wording,
Right.
So, but yeah, man, all in all, good Super Bowl. Congrats to Philadelphia. First Super Bowl victory ever. I mean, they went way back when Herm Edwards was playing. They went to 4 straight NFC championships and 1 Super Bowl when Donovan McNabb was playing. T.O. on the broke leg.
Donovan Erlin.
Yeah. Crazy. And they finally get it done with their first-year coach and their backup quarterback. How about that?
I wonder how a guy like Andy Reid feels. Who's been to how many NFC championship games and won Super Bowl, that he legitimately probably could have won that one.
Does he feel like Tony Dungy when Tampa Bay Buccaneers won with John Gruden?
Not so much, because a lot of time
has passed, yeah.
I might have said Chip Kelly would, but I mean, no, he traded everybody away.
And not only that, they got rid of everybody Chip Kelly brought in.
But the bottom line was the better team won.
Yeah, I agree.
You could see throughout the season that they were a team. Anytime that you score a touchdown
on both sides of the ball,
and the whole team is like, your whole offense is doing the electric slide. Everybody's participating in
they bought in
every celebration. I mean, and when I knew that they came to play and they weren't just going to be like, we're just going to hand it over to you. When they came out to the Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And then just watching the whole team just get hype and jumping around.
Shout out to Meek Mill.
I'm like, even free Meek Mill, but that's going to be the narrative, right?
Exactly.
He's probably in the cell saying they won because of me. It's lit.
Did it for Meek. We did it for Meek.
It was just funny to see like linemen jumping around, get hype. Bro, you got to save your energy. You got to block tonight.
When they did the bowling pins celebration, that's just that just showed they were together. And on the flip side, early in the season, you could also see there were many holes in the New England defense.
Oh,
I think that just showed out, in the Super Bowl. Even though, like you said, defense was optional, the better defense held the team to less points.
Well, I mean, I personally think that New England lost the game on special teams. You have a missed field goal. I mean, you had plenty of every time they were kicking a field goal, you were like, what's going to happen? The snap would be all messed up or stuff like that. You miss an extra point. You try to return a kick and you try to do a lateral and you're losing all these yardage. I just thought the special teams was a big part of it too.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. Especially if you look at the return.
Yeah.
At the end of the game when they got pinned back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, just big props to Philly on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams, and just a great season. And hey, they did it with the backup. Carson Wentz is back next year. I don't hear anything about anybody leaving.
No, and the one thing that you don't hear is that it's an open competition.
Exactly.
You don't hear that as well. You know who the starting quarterback's going to be. But I do think that Philly does keep Foles. I mean, everybody's speculating on him getting traded, going somewhere. I think they keep him for now because we don't have a timetable as to when he's coming back.
Also, how much is Nick Foles' contract worth? Not that much.
Right.
So it's a cheap in NFL terms, obviously. Yeah. I mean, if you give me $4 million, I'm cool.
Well, I think in today's NFL, you need two good quarterbacks,
and
which we saw yesterday.
How bad of an option would it be to say, yeah, well, our starting quarterback is good, our backup quarterback won the Super Bowl. I think we're okay.
You're more than okay.
Exactly.
We might have to run a couple packages where folks can get in, I mean, considering he is a Super Bowl MVP, it's going to be so weird to see him go right back to the bench.
He might be able to play receiver, though. You never know. Come out every now and then.
I mean, he's got a touchdown.
He's got hands. That was the softest I've ever seen in my life, but he was like, I'm catching this.
Hey, he looked like he was waiting for it, like, hurry up. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that was like a Disney movie type Super Bowl, though, for Nick Foles. This dude.
Speaking of which, he did have his parade today at Disneyland.
And this dude is going to eat for free forever in Philadelphia.
Man.
He's probably got 3 sandwiches named after him. He's probably got about 4 drinks named after him. And anywhere he goes, he's probably going to eat for free for like the next 20 years. They're probably going to have a Nick Foles day eventually.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure he's getting the key to the city sometime soon.
Oh, Thursday they're just going to hand it to him. Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe not. I think realistically, Doug Peterson gets the key to the city.
They might have to share it though, man.
I don't know. No, Doug Peterson has to get, because he kept the whole nucleus of the team together through the big injury and everything. He believed when nobody else believed.
I agree with you on that. I'm not throwing any shade at Doug Peterson, but the reason I say they should share it because everything you talk about with Doug Peterson, Foles went out executed when people were like, "Oh my God, you see the last 3 seasons of Nick Foles? This is gonna be a train wreck." And he was like, "Nope."
And the thing about it, he made it. in the whole playoff run that Philadelphia had, I could tell you that I seen at least 8 or 9 throws that I was like, oh my God, those were perfect throws.
And my thing is this: how good are you playing when the commentators forget about the other quarterback who threw for 500 yards?
Oh well, I only think one commentator forgot.
Well, yeah. Okay, well,
and his name would happen to not be Chris Collinsworth.
Let me ask you this question:
is that a bromance he has with him?
What was the worst part of the Super Bowl last night? Was it the commercials?
Yes.
Or Chris Collinsworth?
I thought Chris Collinsworth was a commercial.
Yeah, a commercial for Tom Brady.
But then again, I don't get into the commercials anyway. So
yeah,
you know.
I will say, even though I'm probably not gonna partake, the YouTube TV launch was kind of gangster. They just let you know we're here.
Oh, it was almost like I would equate it to when, the Cleveland Browns moved out of Cleveland and went to Indianapolis in the middle of the night. When Baltimore
you
did
wake
that.
up,
when
like,
Baltimore Colts did
yeah.
that and went to Indianapolis in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And then when Cleveland went to Baltimore,
Yeah.
just when nobody expects it, like, okay, we're here. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, when this happened?
Or kind of like when Mace dropped that bomb on Cam on a weekend when Cam was on tour. You weren't expecting it.
Yeah.
What?
And then Cam can't come back. Or maybe when Matt Skills dropped the little diss on
Uncle Murder. Wasn't little.
Well, no, but
wasn't little.
Uncle Murder still hasn't recovered, but
yeah, he responded, but he didn't really.
Is that really a response?
It was kind of like Nicki responding to Remy. It was a response, but not really.
It's like, go sit down over there. That's what that was. But
put you in timeouts. But yeah, since we've been talking about the quarterback play and the season is over, keeping it funky in the NFL, there's a lot of quarterback situations going on, man. Like, I don't know where to start.
Well, let's start with Alex Smith at Washington.
Yeah.
There's been a funny situation that just occurred today. Washington is saying that they may franchise tag Kirk Cousins again for the 3rd year in hopes of trading him.
So if they franchise tag him for all that money, what, like 35 is supposed to be getting? Like, it's 30 something. I know, because they were saying if he got franchise tagged for 3 years straight, he'd be, I forgot where he would be as far as like
the highest paid.
Well, he'd definitely be the highest paid, but I mean, there was some stat that they said, because I mean, he got like 20 something, then he got like 28, then he'd be getting 30, they said the highest paid in a 3-year span ever.
God bless. I mean, but how do you? Okay,
it's almost like 80 million.
I'm just sitting here thinking, if they franchise him, whoever they trade him to is on the hook for some of that money.
But only for a year, though.
Right. But that's going to be a big salary cap hit for them. That's
got to be a team with no cap.
I mean, but like, what if there's a team? What if they can't trade him?
They're stuck. Then who do you start?
I think you start Alex Smith because you've already committed to him.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you already brought him to the altar, so you got to marry him.
Yeah.
I mean,
pretty much.
And then you committed all that money to him,
and
guaranteed $73 million.
Yes,
I think you have to start him.
Yeah,
I mean, and I think for what they want to do, he's a safer option. But there was talks that Cousins was negotiating with Denver earlier in the week. I mean, earlier last week, and they said that they were like just about ready to pull the trigger or whatever. So I don't know what happened from Thursday till this morning. I don't know what happened.
Well, speaking of Kirk Cousins, another word out on the street is that according to him, he would like to sign with the Vikings. That's one of his destinations.
Why would the Vikings want him and they have 3 whole quarterbacks already?
Because 3 whole quarterbacks are all free agents this year.
Absolutely. But which quarterback would you, if you were the Vikings, which quarterback would you go with out of the 3?
I would let go of Sam Bradford, and I would
Absolutely
re-sign Teddy Bridgewater and Case Keenum for a quarterback duel. Because before he got hurt, everybody was like, Teddy Bridgewater is the future. But Case Keenum got you to the NFC Championship game. So you can't just not, respect that. And other than the last game of the season, he played great all year long. He proved that, okay, I'm not just a scrub. But it's like, I look at it like it's a good problem to have. You got Keenum and Teddy Bridgewater. Say Keenum was a flash in the pan. Say he had one of those seasons like what's your boy
when he was
Mr. Harvard
when he was playing for the Rams with one of those seasons.
No, your boy Mr. Harvard from the Jets.
Oh, jeez.
The beard
Fitz.
Gang. Yeah. Say he had a Fitzpatrick season where this was his ceiling and it gets no better. Then you have Teddy Bridgewater fall back on. Say Teddy Bridgewater doesn't become what he was before the injury, you still have Case Keenum. So I think it's like a good problem to have, and both people know the system already. So
yeah, but we don't. You know what? This is how I see it going. Sam Bradford, I think, would be there before Teddy Bridgewater. They don't show me that they're thinking he's the guy. It doesn't seem like they're totally vested in him. I think Case Keenum would be the quarterback, just because it's a what have you done for me lately league.
Yeah.
So I think that he'll be the guy, but I don't see him getting a long-term contract. I think he may get a 2-year, 3-year at the most.
But I also say, as far as the what have you done for me lately thing, Teddy Bridgewater has been working towards getting healthy, while Sam Bradford's still the frail Sam Bradford that he's always been.
Well, Sam Bradford is what he is. He's Sam Bradford.
Exactly.
So you know what you're getting going in. I think he's just like a guy that you get to put a Band-Aid on something that needs stitches.
He needs a Band-Aid and stitches.
I mean, think about every time that he's gone somewhere and has played somewhere. He's just like he's
a flash in the pan that can't stay healthy.
I you know what? I agree with you.
When he's healthy, he can play.
Yeah.
He just can't stay healthy.
And that guy has maximized contracts like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
Oh.
He is the NFL Sam Bowie. Can't get right.
Did you actually have to say Sam Bowie? You could have. Well, yeah, Sam Bowie's correct.
Well, at least Sam Bowie played. I didn't want to say Greg Oden.
He was formidable when he went to the Lakers. Thank you very much. He was a great role player.
Oh yeah, he was a role player. Sam Bradford's been a great role player. He's filled in the spots when he's healthy. Like I said, he can ball when healthy. Yeah. Just hasn't been healthy. But man,
I think a good spot for one of them maybe Jacksonville.
Jacksonville needs a quarterback in my eyes, because Blake Bortles did have an okay season, but did he have a great season, or did the defense just ball out? And then it's not a bad thing to have Leonard Fournette and Mr. Alabama right behind you,
right?
Handing the ball off to them. And they had Shaky Dreads too. Used to play for the Jets. They had three former running backs. They had about 4 good receivers. I mean, because I think one got hurt. Robinson got hurt. They still had Hearns. They still had the young player. They still had Mercedes Lewis, who's been there for forever. So I mean, like, he's got pieces around him, but
he just all he had to do was be Trent Dilfer.
My thing is this: if Buffalo's going to get rid of Tyrod Taylor, Jacksonville's got to get rid of.
Well, yeah,
Jacksonville's got to get rid of him. That's the way I look at it. If Buffalo's going to get rid of Tyrod Taylor, Jacksonville's got to get rid of Blake Bortles.
Tyrod may have a home though. There's gonna be teams that's gonna want him.
Man, look, he said he's not taking a pay cut,
and why should he?
He shouldn't. He took one already.
Exactly.
Don't take 2.
Exactly. And for everything that he's done that's been good, you wouldn't think that he did anything good. And me speaking as a Bills fan, I watch and I hear, and I'm a part of the mafia, and nobody has anything good to say about this guy, but he got you to playoffs.
How that for the first time, how that Peterman thing work out?
And everybody just screamed the whole time, "Oh, Peterman!" I remember being at training camp, and everybody's telling me how good this guy is and how he played in the preseason, and I'm like, he's playing against third-string players and players that are trying to make squads. He has not proven anything. A quick story.
Yeah.
Your ex-football coach, Earl Green. Yes, I'm calling your name out, Earl Green.
Big shout out to Earl Green. I did his wedding.
Listen, biggest Bills fan that I know. But he agreed with putting Peterman in. And I remember I said, Earl, this guy is not going to do anything. Earl said, so he throws the first interception. I remember, Earl, you still want him? Yeah. I'm telling you, he's better than Tyrod. He can't, that guy can't throw. He's inaccurate, blah, blah, blah. All excuses, right? Second interception. I said, you still want him? Yeah. Third interception. You still want him? Earl then says, Andy, I don't give a damn if he throws 5 interceptions in the game. He's still better than Tyrod. Forward, like maybe 3 minutes later, the 5th interception in the first half now.
Yep, first half.
I'm like, Earl, you're still not gonna. You're still gonna side with. I don't care. I just don't like Tyrod. I'm like, dude. My thing was, if he's the best you have, put everything behind the guy. Like if you watch the Super Bowl, you look at the play calling and the
it was catered to Nick Foles.
Great play calling. This guy has been put out there to fail.
I'm gonna put it like this.
You think about this. When have you ever noticed that there's been a starting quarterback? You earn the job, right? You come back the next year. They tell you if you want to play and be the starting quarterback, you had to take a $10 million cut. You take the $10 million cut. After you take the $10 million cut, they take your 2 best receivers, and then your number 3 receiver, all of whom had great seasons, better than any receiver that you left on the squad.
Can I cut you off for a quick second?
Yes, you may.
Because this may not be on his side of the ball, but when you send off a couple of players on defense that may potentially have that defense, off the field really quick because the other team scores, so now the offense got to come back on and try and play catch up. That affects the offense too.
Absolutely. But like I said, how did you put him in a position to prosper when your only weapon is McCoy?
Well, they had McCoy.
Thank you.
But wait, wait. They McCoy. That was about it. I'm sorry.
And then the geniuses. This is how they're so smart. The geniuses decide to bring in one of the best blocking fullbacks that we've seen in the league, Tolbert, right?
Yep.
And turn him into a tailback.
No.
Come on.
They turned him into a flanker.
I'm like, wow.
Look, I'm gonna keep it real, man. I went to 3 Bills games this year.
One more than I went to.
And I have seen Tolbert go out on 3rd down and play receiver so much. I'm like, why is Shady not in there? Who would you rather catch the ball out of the backfield? Shady McCoy or Mike Tolbert?
It's funny because when I watch them, and it's hard watching them.
Not in the red zone either.
But when I watch them, it's almost like somebody's playing Madden and they're calling all of my plays. It's like they know everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like that's what we look like offensively.
Pretty much.
And everybody's saying, get this one, get that one. You know what? Just draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
We won't have to spend that much money on him. I would rather have a guy without the mileage, without the injuries, than to say go get one of these retreads that's got injuries and because with a lot of the quarterbacks, it's all about systems.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Nick Foles looked really good yesterday, and when he played for the Rams, he stunk.
Yep.
It's systems.
Exactly. Well. And
Jeff Fisher wasn't coaching.
Yeah.
The
Jeff Fisher effect.
How'd that work out for him? The 3 quarterbacks you had all made the playoffs.
Dude, like literally,
all 3 of them.
One won the Super Bowl.
Can he take credit for that?
I mean, but think about this though. Like, Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. Jared Goff led what? Number 1, number 2 scoring offense. Mm-hmm. They were top 2. It was between them and Philly, back and forth. Case Keenum went to the NFC Championship. They were all 3 under Jeff Fisher and were terrible. Jared Goff was inactive.
Remember, we were calling him a bust. We were saying, "Oh gosh, why did they take a flyer on Carson Wentz? He was the better quarterback." But Jared Goff stepped up and showed, maybe he may be better, but he ain't that far ahead of me.
Look, Jared Goff looked like he was about to be Tony Mandarich all over again under Jeff Fisher.
Wow. Why? I don't think you could call him Tony Mandarich.
No, but I'm saying, think about it. He's the number one pick, and they were on Hard Knocks, and they're hyping him up, and like, oh, Jared Goff by the ball. Yeah. And then first game of the season, he's inactive for like the whole season. Like, how do you go from like he's getting reps with the number one team to being third string and inactive to this year?
Well,
number one.
Like I say, a lot of these coaches are so smart that they're dumb. Mm-hmm. They like outsmart themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, I could point the finger at our coach. I mean, why would you at that point? Like, I get it. If Tyrod did something that the team couldn't win with him anymore.
My thing is this: you can't run the read option with Tom Brady or Peyton Manning.
Correct.
And you can't make Michael Vick a pocket passer.
Absolutely.
You need to let the quarterback play to their strengths. And that is why the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl last night, because for the last, month of the season, Doug Peterson catered the playbook to Nick Foles' skill set and his strengths.
Well, I remember the next game after Wentz, had his season-ending injury. I remember Doug Peterson saying, Nick Foles, our guy, we're rallying behind him. He said, our team isn't as good as we are just because of Carson Wentz. We have a whole bevy of players that's been playing and contributing to whatever we're doing, and it's going to still go on with Nick Foles. Now, I remember like the first couple games afterward, like the last game of the season when they played Dallas, everybody said, oh my God, they have no chance. No. That was the game that they could have afforded to lose.
Yeah.
It did happen. It had no bearing on their seeding or anything. So I think with that game, they were trying out a couple things. Mm-hmm. And then when the playoffs came,
they were ready.
Here
we are.
I mean, now the reverse of them, they look like the kid that's playing Madden and just couldn't be stopped.
Pretty much.
That's what they look like.
Because while their defense was giving up points as well, they were playing better than the New England defense.
Right.
But the offense was just clicking. I mean, it was just clicking. Third down. What was their percentage on third down? Like 80?
Yeah.
It was crazy. And Zach Ertz did not drop the ball ever.
No defense required last night.
Yeah.
The defense took a flyer.
Exactly.
But you know what? Since we're talking about quarterbacks.
Yeah.
How many teams would you say are in need of a quarterback?
Man, I mean, we could go down a list like by conference.
Okay, let's start with the AFC East.
I mean, New England, they obviously have Tom Brady.
They're in need of a quarterback because they need a backup.
Oh yeah, definitely. They need a successor because Brady said he's coming back and he wants to play till 45, but he already had that one hit where your man's Matt Castle had to take over. So, I mean, that's more likely to happen at 41 than at 33.
Yeah.
So, while Brady is their guy, they do need a successor.
Correct.
They need a backup because they had Jacoby Brissett, they had Garoppolo. They're both gone and looking like,
and they didn't get enough for them. In my opinion.
Nah.
So
what did they just get? Just got picks, right?
Yeah.
Well, for Brissett, they got the receiver.
Right. I can't remember which one. I want to say
Dorsett.
Okay.
Yeah, because they got Allen in the offseason, the tight end. They got Dorsett in the trade. But they need a backup or a successor to Tom Brady because hey, like you said, he wants to play till 45. One hit could end that dream.
Wow. As I'm looking at this AFC East, every team needs one. Buffalo.
They draft 21st and 22nd.
In absolute need of a quarterback.
Because
we won't commit to Tyrod. So the writing's on the wall. Yeah. He won't be the starting quarterback.
They draft 21 and 22, and there's 8 legitimate quarterback prospects in this draft. So, hey, maybe they can use those 21 and 22 to move up.
As long as it's not Sam Darnold. I don't. One thing I do not want for a Buffalo Bills team, I don't want one of these warm weather guys that's never been in the cold and things of that nature. Because if they get the game that we had against the Colts when it was the blizzard of the century and everything, how is he going to function in that?
But my thing is
Sam Darnold is a surfer. How's he going to survive in the snow?
But my thing is this: if you look at the top 8 quarterback prospects, Josh Rosen, UCLA, Sam Darnold, USC, Josh Allen, Wyoming, Baker Mayfield, Oklahoma, Lamar Jackson, Louisville, Mason Rudolph, Oklahoma State, Luke Falk, Washington State, Riley Ferguson, Memphis. You got maybe 2 guys that aren't warm weather quarterbacks. Right. You got Josh Allen from Wyoming, Luke Falk from Washington State. So you might have to take that flyer on somebody. Just pick whoever you think is the best athlete.
I like Rudolph.
Rudolph is tough. I like him better than Mayfield.
But I like him for Buffalo is what I'm saying. I like him for it.
Because I look at it like this. If you don't have any faith in Tyrod, then you're not drafting Lamar Jackson or Baker Mayfield. Because Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield are Tyrod Taylor.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, and it's interesting because I think one of those two would fit perfectly with the Jets.
Yeah.
I think what the Jets need is somebody with some mobility. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at when you don't have like a great line, it will help a lot to have somebody who's mobile back there.
But my thing is this: Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson. Let's take talent out of the mix, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking New York City. Who handles that press better? The brash, bold Baker Mayfield or the cool, calm, laid-back Lamar Jackson? Who's going to handle the pressure of that New York press when something starts not going right? You know, you throw a couple interceptions, a couple of turnovers here and there.
To be the other side of the coin, I would say, who would I like to be my face in New York? Who would be more endearing to the media? Mm-hmm. Who would be the one that more ready for all the media, all the scrutiny? He's had the eye on him forever.
Honestly,
and has handled it well. We can't forget that he's a college student. That's 21, maybe 22. So you're gonna do 21-year-old things.
That's what I was gonna say.
But the talent usurps all of that.
I may not like him, but being a jerk might be the best thing for Baker Mayfield.
I think
to handle some pressure.
I think when you're going to a market like New York, you got to have somebody with a little bit of edge to him. You can't. The days of the cerebral quarterback is not gonna work in New York.
You got to have a little.
The Jets have tried that. The Jets have tried that. How many quarterbacks they've had on that roster in the last 5 years? They've tried that. Were they
like number 2 to Cleveland?
Yeah, yeah. So they need to, whatever they do, they need to make a splash, and he's the one to do it.
The only thing I will say is this, though: if you're going to New York with all the bold, brash, 21, 22-year-old in-your-face behavior, you cannot have the crying after being benched for the first series of a game, and you're not captain today. You can't have that situation in New York.
Well, he's going to have to do a lot of maturing, and I think he's going to have to surround himself with a bunch of people in his camp that have his best interest in mind, and not the yes man that will go along with everything he wants to do.
Exactly.
Moving right along, Miami. Ryan Tannehill is the quarterback of their future.
Ryan
but
Tannehill,
we don't know how he's going to return after
the quarterback
injury.
Version of Jeff Fisher. This dude keeps a job. Balling in mediocrity.
I don't know if I would say Jeff Fisher. I mean, Ryan Tannehill did make a playoffs.
I mean, Jeff Fisher had the Motor City Miracle. But I'm just saying.
We know what happened with that. There was no replay. So
I'm just saying. But if we're talking about what have you done for me lately, Ryan Tannehill.
Right. Well, I never believed in Miami for this year anyway. I mean, you're bringing a guy who committed himself to being retired and being an announcer, and then all of a sudden, oh, you know what? We need you. We can give you $12 million. Yeah, okay. Where do I sign?
But the funny thing about that is the reason they're not bringing him back is because they want Tannehill to be their number one guy,
right?
And Cutler said he doesn't want to be a backup, so he's either A, gonna go back to the booth that he never made it to because he came right back out? Or is he going to try and sign with a team that needs a starting quarterback?
I don't know how good he's going to be in the booth. I don't see him being what Romo was. I don't see it.
You don't see the potential of the fiery personality of Jay Cutler.
I don't know if it comes across on the mic. Have you seen his? I'm sure you've seen his interviews. Being a Chicago Bears fan for so long.
Being a Chicago Bears fan, I am being 100% highly sarcastic. I think the only person that I would like to see in the booth less than Jay Cutler is Bill Belichick.
Oh, jeez.
They're like 1 and 1A on
one word answers. Like, so do you think that the team did great today?
Yes.
Should that be it?
I think Jay Cutler would be better because my wife's hot, so whatever. He did have a commercial, so I would give him the edge over Belichick, but yeah, I think it'd be like watching paint dry in winter.
I think Miami needs a backup.
Yeah, I think they need to draft a backup.
Now, do they have to draft him high? Absolutely not.
No. They don't need to go first round.
You know what? I think Miami would be perfect for Sam Bradford. I think that'd be a perfect place for him.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, when he's healthy, he's great. If he's playing backup, he'll be healthy. So if Tannehill has any setbacks or gets hurt or just isn't playing well, you insert Sam Bradford, who has some time to just sit back, chill, stay healthy, learn the system. Not a bad option. I don't have any hate against Sam Bradford. He just need to get his ass in the weight room.
Oh, I have no hate. I mean, he's all about getting that bag.
Yeah, but he need to get in the weight room too. He need to get that. He need to get that protein shake bag too. he need to partner up with muscle milk or something. I don't know, but but on the field, as far as talent, Duke and ball. He just got to stay healthy.
Now we'll move to the AFC North.
This is interesting right
Pittsburgh?
here. I think they need same thing. I think they need a successor because Big Ben always be flirting with retirement. But if he's coming back, he's starting. You're not replacing Big Ben.
Not.
You're just finding the next Big Ben.
Well, we have to remember this guy has 4 500-yard passing games.
Big Ben is a beast, man, and dude, the grip he has on the ball is crazy.
Dude, if it's one person that will stand in the pocket till the absolute last second it collapses, it's Big Ben.
Dude, he's like an upgraded Dante Culpepper,
Yeah.
He's a little bit shorter, but he's just as big, and he just, linebacker coming, I don't care, I'm just as big as you.
Which is why I question, why do you not let this guy get the ball 4th and 1 against Jacksonville?
Yeah.
He's going to push the ball.
Of course.
He's too big not to.
He's 6'4", solid, man. Well, I don't know. But
they
do need a successor. He's getting up there. They need a successor.
Since we're on to successors, Baltimore needs a successor.
Yeah.
I think the time for Flacco in Baltimore has ran out.
Yeah.
I think Baltimore needs to just overhaul. They need and as much as I like Flacco, I think that they're just holding him onto him because he won the Super Bowl.
And because they paid him all that money.
But when he makes the playoffs, he is the guy in the playoffs.
But
that plays.
There's been so many times he hasn't made the playoffs.
Absolutely. The last 3 years,
Yeah.
But
how much do we attribute that to him getting that bag and I'm cool and I'm just relaxed, or is it lack of weapons?
I think for years it's been lack of weapons.
Name the last 5 Baltimore running backs.
You think about this. He is said to have the strongest arm in the NFL.
Yeah.
When has he been surrounded with elite receivers in their prime?
He had Steve Smith.
In their prime.
Yeah. He had Torrey Smith gone. Well, he had Mike. No. Yeah. Yeah. So I can't 100% hate on Flacco. He been shitting the bed.
It's not all his fault.
It's not all his fault. You can only play the hand you get dealt.
And the weird thing about it is,
he got dealt a thinking dunk hand.
They have never come out of the defense's shadow in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Never.
And they're in a tough division.
Well, I mean you got when you
Pittsburgh,
look at that division,
and
everybody
Cincinnati
beats everybody up.
Even though Cleveland is garbage, it's a division game that you cannot sleep on, because when Cleveland doesn't have any wins, they gonna at least try and get that win on the division.
Pittsburgh tough. And I tell you this, let's go on to Cleveland.
Yeah.
If Cleveland gets a quarterback,
they're interested in Kirk Cousins too.
And they keep the receiver.
Which one?
Josh
Gordon.
If they keep him,
who smokes the weed?
Listen,
they need to let him smoke that weed.
I'm going out of the limb. I don't care who the quarterback is. He is going to have 1,500 yards receiving.
Yeah,
he will.
He's that good,
and he will average the most yards per catch.
And you know what's funny? This may sound crazy, but I think the weed has helped him because with all the suspensions, if he's in shape, he has not taken a lot of hits.
Absolutely, he is. Out of anybody that's going to play next year, his body is the freshest out of anybody else's.
But then they got a couple of other receivers that are pretty decent. So it's like,
yeah.
And my thing is this: I think you need a quarterback in Cleveland, but I think you let Deshaun Kaiser learn from that quarterback.
Right.
So they do have.
I don't think that Deshaun is a total loss, but I do realize that. See, what people don't understand is there's a difference when you say this team has the best line in football. Well, sometimes that line is like, okay, Dallas, for instance.
Yeah.
That's a run blocking line as opposed to a pass protecting line.
Exactly. Big difference. A lot of
the
footwork is different. I might be able to maul you, but can I get on my feet and backpedal and hold you off?
Correct.
So
Correct.
a whole different ball game, whole different dance we talking about.
So we understand see, Cleveland's in a bad spot.
Yeah,
because you almost certainly have to take the quarterback in that position.
They draft,
but then again,
they draft 1 and 4 though.
But why wouldn't I get Saquon Barkley though?
They draft
if I can use him
1 and 4. My thing is this: they have interest in Kirk Cousins. There's murmurs that if Tyrod's not taking a pay cut,
that's what I heard.
They keep that money. They trade him to Cleveland. So say you use the 1 and the 4 to maybe get a Saquon Barkley, to maybe get another piece on that defense.
Well, you're gonna if you're them, you're gonna have to use the 1 to get Saquon Barkley because if he's there at number 2, I'm almost certain that the Giants are taking him.
Oh yeah, because the Giants need a running back.
I'm almost certain that they're taking him. So
we're gonna talk about running backs another day, but they need a running back bad. But if they say they take a Saquon Barkley. Mm-hmm. Say at number 4 they get like another piece to that defense because let's be honest, as terrible as they were in the record books, the defense was all right, man.
Oh yeah,
they were competitive.
Listen, they were competitively most of the
bad.
Games that they lost.
They were competitively bad. So I mean, I didn't look at them and was like, oh my god, they suck. I was like, oh man, they lost again. Right. Yeah, so they get another piece on defense. I mean, 1 and 4, you gonna get you get a Saquon Barkley,
right? So
that's a running back and a receiver. You already got Josh Gordon. You got Coleman.
Mm-hmm. I think they got to look to shore up the line too, because Joe Thomas is not going to be there forever.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're going to have to look
to shore
that. That might be
number 4. They might have to get somebody on the offensive line.
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, like they got Myles Garrett on defense. Mm-hmm. They got Jamie Collins. I mean, they have some pieces on defense. So they're a couple of picks away from building for a solid future, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Cincinnati.
I
don't think they need one. I think that they have. I think what they need is to get rid of Marvin Lewis, but that's besides the point.
I think when you have AJ Green, you have Andy Dalton, you have a plethora of running backs.
Oh, too many to name.
I mean, the weapons are there. It's got to be something else.
I would think that they should maybe give AJ McCarron a chance at quarterback, and let the Bills. And this is just me.
Dalton to the Bills.
Dalton to the Bills. I think with Dalton, a change of scenery would be very good for him.
I think very good because if Marvin Lewis isn't going anywhere, maybe I think that might just be the issue. Those two don't need to be together anymore.
Yeah,
so if Marvin Lewis isn't going,
they need a divorce.
Andy Dalton needs to go.
They need a divorce.
If Andy Dalton isn't going, Marvin Lewis needs to go. But I didn't even think about that scenario. Dalton to the Bills.
Mr. Pagula, I think you need to explore that one. Please.
That would be a good look.
I like it.
And my thing is this: everything that they said Tyrod couldn't do, Dalton can, as far as making the throws. Yeah. But
he's mobile enough.
That's what I was gonna say.
He's mobile enough.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
And I like him because he's big. But we need to shore up that line. And we need a freaking threat. I mean, we need a speed receiver, and we're talking about bringing Sammy Watkins back. Please don't do that. I already burned the jersey. I already burned his jersey. We can't do that. And I love Sammy. You know I love Sammy.
Yeah.
You remember how many pictures we took with him at the training camp?
That's right. Shout out to Sammy Seinfeld.
Yeah, I mean, if he comes back, he's my guy again. So,
they should have. Robert was the one they shouldn't have let go.
Right.
Yeah, but they do need some speed. But number 21, 22, everybody going to be trying to get a quarterback, so there should be some receivers available at those spots.
I would like for us to just trade those 2 picks and make a big splash.
And move up?
At one, just to shake it up. Show everybody that just because we made the playoffs this year, we're not going to rest on our laurels. We going for more.
Yeah. And even though they don't have that deep threat, that speed receiver, I think they still have enough weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, Tolbert is a weapon when used right.
The one thing is you can always find a receiver.
Oh, yeah.
You can always find a receiver.
That's what I'm saying. At 22 and 21, there's 8 quarterback prospects that everybody is drooling over. So there's going to be some receivers that are going to get overlooked. And my thing is this. Quarterback is a tricky position.
Right.
There's speed Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. Miles Austin was Division 3. Pierre Garçon was Mount Union Division 3. I mean, you can get a receiver with some speed and some size at any level. So
right.
I think they can get that.
You know what's crazy? As I'm looking at the AFC South, that may be the one division that everybody may be set at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville could keep Bortles. They shouldn't, but they could.
I think they should. They maybe should. Give him a chance. Give him 1 year. Give him 1 year.
He got him to the playoffs.
That's why I say you give him 1 year.
Yeah. I can respect that.
And he played 2 good games in the playoffs.
I hope one of them was not the one where he rushed for more passing, but
he won that game.
He did win it. He did win it.
And he's not the reason they lost to New England.
True.
The defense let him down.
But you know what though? As much as us, other analysts, whatever, people in the barbershop talk the joke about the Trent Dilfer management thing, there is nothing wrong with being a Trent Dilfer type quarterback. You may not be the quarterback to win the game, but you definitely don't want to be the one to lose it.
Absolutely not.
And Trent Dilfer didn't lose a game.
Right.
So they won the Super Bowl.
What do you think the prognosis for Andrew Luck is? I don't think he's going to be any good for the rest of his career. I think he'll be average.
I think it's
but I don't think he's going to be elite.
My thing is this. He has one shot at being elite, and Indianapolis fans might kill me, but he got to go. They've done a piss poor job of surrounding him with talent. I don't even think it's the talent.
He needs another receiver.
I don't even think it's the talent.
He needs another receiver. He needs a younger running back that can do more than just carry the ball.
Yeah.
And he needs a tight end. You think about when Indianapolis was Indianapolis, they always had a great tight end.
Yep.
They always had a great or good running back.
Yep.
And they've always had
edge.
And they've always had 2 good to great receivers.
Reggie Wayne and Gangster.
You know what's funny about that? How come nobody ever references Harrison's gangsterness? In real life.
Yes.
Because when he was on the football field and playing football, you would have never thought the nicest guy you ever wanted to meet.
Syracuse, he's All-American guy.
I met him in Syracuse, the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet.
But kiss my baby.
But then when you go to his hometown of Philadelphia, you hear the stories of how he's so gangster.
They whisper about him in corners.
I mean, I've heard that he possibly got bodies out there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what I've heard.
I would not be surprised, and you know what? I'm so not surprised about the possibility of that. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I ain't as gangster as he is. So moving right along,
and as we move right along and go to the AFC West, the only team there, because San Diego with Phillip Rivers, he's never going anywhere.
Nope.
If there's anybody that's going to play till they're 40, it's going to be him.
Yep. He's the West Coast Tom Brady.
Oakland with Derek Carr is going to shine this year because Gruden will get the best out of him.
Yes, and he's a quarterback guy.
And KC with Mahomes, that kid's arm, he's going to be special. He is going to be special.
And my thing is this: you got Mahomes with Tyreek Hill, and the young running back.
And if you know Andy Reid, Andy Reid gets the best out of all the quarterbacks.
Oh, Andy Reid is going to
He's a quarterback type of guy. I mean, just think how he made Alex Smith look.
Yeah.
And this is when everybody gave up on Alex Smith.
And Alex Smith been balling every year. But I think he just knows, okay, now I got an athlete. I'm ready to rock. Sorry, Alex, but I'm gonna help you go get this money though in Washington. But
Alex is not complaining.
Not at all. And he's still gonna be a starting quarterback. He's still gonna be able to prove his point. And he in Chocolate City, so it's all good.
Denver,
shout the stadium.
Denver, get on the phone, call Washington right now, and make that deal for Kirk Cousins. That's the only thing that you're missing. And here's the thing with Denver. Why are you picking all the quarterbacks over 6'6"?
Their quarterbacks are like,
and they're terrible.
What's dude is like? Brock Osweiler is like a 6'7".
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's a funny stat. None of the quarterbacks that they have are better. No, listen. They're not Lynch. Better than a quarterback that used to play for them that's currently playing baseball. Tim Tebow.
Pretty much, because Tim Tebow got a playoff win.
And threw for 316 yards in that playoff game.
Yeah.
If you need him. That I'm just saying, if you need him. But the narrative was, he can't throw. He's not a quarterback.
But my thing is this. I'm still not a Tim Tebow believer. But I also agree with the exact same thing that you just said. So that lets you know how much of a non-believer I am of the three quarterbacks that they do have. If Tim Tebow, who I do not believe in, is a better option than all three of your quarterbacks, you have failed.
I just look at the fact that he's a winner,
and that's a tangible you cannot teach. So
and and see, the thing of it is once you have a winner and he's the leader, everybody follows.
But you know what this? Forget the whole he can't throw. His locker room presence is like none other.
Well, see, this is just my opinion, and I know people won't agree with it. I think the problem with him wasn't so much the whole religion thing. It was a lot of it, but I think that because of the religion thing, because of who he is, because of his, how he carries himself and everything, he was almost being revered in a higher regard than even John Elway. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Like I got homeboy on Drink Champs will say, you gotta relax.
You gotta relax. But you know what I'm saying? And realistically, the way I look at it, I don't think John Elway appreciates anybody that's coming to quarterback his franchise,
especially when you're still in the front office,
revered more than him. Now, people will say to me, but he brought Peyton. But even though Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl in Denver, what is he going to be known as? He's not going to be. They're not going to remember him as a Denver.
He is number 18 on the Colts.
Denver Bronco.
He's going to be his jersey is going to be retired in Indianapolis. They might retire it in Denver because of the Super Bowl, but he's going to go down as Peyton Manning, the Indianapolis Colts.
They won't retire his number in Denver. He wasn't the reason they won that Super Bowl. So they won't.
They should retire. It should put Peyton Manning's name on it, but have number 21 on there for chain snatcher.
Love the guy.
Love him.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Can't wait for those 2 games.
Shout out to Crabtree.
I might. You know what? I may have to go to Denver. I've always said I've wanted to go to Denver for a sporting event because I want to actually experience if the Mile High Air really what effect it would have on me, and then I would know what effect it has on a visiting player. So
and then weed is legal in Colorado, so like that Mile High effect, the Mile High effect there.
Oh God, I didn't think of that. Moving right along.
I guess that would be the true definition of getting high, huh?
Yeah.
Moving right
along. The
Mile
High Club.
The Mile High Club. There you go. Yeah. We're right along. But yeah, Denver, y'all got to do something. Kirk Cousins is out there. Call him.
As we move on to the next, we're going to move on to a whole nother conference.
Yes.
We're going to move to the NFC. Now, when you go to the NFC East,
Dakota is not going anywhere.
The only team that is not set, and there is no team. The only team that's not set is maybe the Giants with the successor to Eli.
Giants need a successor. Eli's coming back because stepdad mustache got fired. Alex Smith is there. Prince Harry, aka Carson Wentz, is there. Plus, they got the Super Bowl MVP backup for that division is pretty much set. They need a successor, and that's it.
And realistically,
for Eli.
And realistically, do they really need a successor? I mean, down the road you do, but
they don't need.
Okay, I ask you this:
they can go get like Mike Glennon.
No, what I'm saying is, had you not had the injury to Brandon Marshall, as well as
wait.
OBJ.
Wait. Hold on. Being a Chicago Bears fan.
Okay, yes. Why are all the Chicago players coming to bite you in the arse? Why is this?
Let me just bring this up though. Being a Chicago Bears fan, the one thing I can say about as far as how many injuries we didn't have as many as the Giants. We had our top 3 receivers out and lost our number 1 tight end. They had their top 4 receivers out and their tight end.
So how do you explain everybody expecting so much from Eli?
And they have no running back.
And you have no line.
No receivers, no tight end.
There you go.
I mean, the running back wasn't terrible, but when you don't have a line, your running back's usually terrible.
You know what's crazy? As I'm looking at the divisions that we're going through, hardly anybody else needs the quarterbacks. Literally, the next one is NFC North. You got Matt Stafford.
Yeah, well, he's the highest paid in the NFL. He's not going anywhere.
I have no idea. But you have him. He's going nowhere. You have Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers.
And my thing is this: like, he went down. He got hurt. His backup actually played pretty well. So I think they're set in multiple ways. They got Aaron Rodgers, and they got a legit solid backup that showed that, look, if Aaron gets hurt, Aaron goes down, I'm here.
And then we have your guy,
Chicago Bears, Mitchell. Please say to Mitchell, Trubisky. He's not going anywhere.
No.
Minnesota, though, that like we already talked about that earlier. We think Case Keenum is going to be the guy.
He earned it.
You can't say he didn't.
He earned it.
I think Sam Bradford's out of there. I think Case Keenum and Teddy Bridgewater stay.
Correct.
That's what I think.
Now, mind you, we just said that the NFC North is pretty much set with quarterbacks, right?
The NFC South? Lord have mercy.
Oh, my God.
Drew Brees could play at least 45 because that dude moves around the pocket.
I think he's playing till 43 at the least.
I agree.
He doesn't take hits.
No, he slides around the pocket just so effortlessly, and he does not care who is on his team he's throwing to. If you're open, he's throwing.
And his arm is still live as ever.
Yeah,
he's going nowhere. And now we move on to Cam Newton, who I thought had a great season.
He had a monster season,
bounce back season.
He had a monster season.
All I need for Cam to do is just tone it down a little bit, because. You
can't. You don't have to dye the soul patch.
He's the front runner when they're winning. When they lose, he's back under the hoodie and towel. And I just need you to just relax.
You can soak and be under the hoodie. Just answer all the questions. That's all.
Right.
And maybe you get that Oikos deal back.
I mean,
don't laugh at any women talking about routes. That's a no. Even if she is racist. Moving right along. Yeah.
Atlanta Matty Ice.
Matty Ice ain't going anywhere.
But you know what? I'm putting the countdown on Matty Ice.
Yeah.
He is between him and Matt Stafford, you're too good to be underachieving in some of these games.
Well, you know what though? I give the edge to Matt Stafford because he has no more Megatron. Matty Ice still has Julio Jones. Arguably the number 1 receiver in the NFL.
They do not use correctly.
Arguably the number 1 receiver in the NFL.
Well, if I'm picking number 1, I'm picking him.
Because my thing is this: Antonio Brown is a beast,
as great
but
as
he is not the physical specimen.
Absolutely not.
That Julio Jones is. To be that big
And to have that kind of speed.
to have that kind of agility, to have that kind of footwork.
He's a freak
to
of
have
nature.
those hands. He's the receiver version of Rob Gronkowski. And Rob Gronkowski is the tight end version of Julio Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, they're basically one and the same.
Julio Jones, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of a sort of like a Randy Moss. You know, because
I was gonna say that.
The speed and the athletic ability, and Johnson, a Megatron.
I would throw a little Steve Smith in there too, because he's aggressive. He's going to take the ball out of the air.
And, you know what? And I wasn't even going to say Steve Smith, but that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
I was going to say and I was thinking about his hands. I was thinking, Larry Fitzgerald a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of Larry Fitzgerald in there.
Yeah, he's a special person, man. And yeah, the clock, Matty Ice is on the clock.
And the thing of it is you have receivers because you got Mohamed Sanu as well.
Who had a great season.
And you have 2 running backs.
2.
Matty Ice, you got to do better.
2 running backs.
You got to do better, man.
I mean, and two young, legit, solid running backs. I'm a mistake. And Tevin Coleman is a running back / receiver because his route running is ridiculous. His hands are ridiculous, and Freeman is just a beast. You know what I mean? And they both young.
You know what the funny thing is? As I'm looking at this. And now we're moving on to Tampa Bay. I mean, they don't need a quarterback.
No.
What they need is, I think they need to just say, Doug Martin, you're not the guy. Doug Martin, you're not the guy.
Doug Martin,
you're not the guy.
Is who would I compare Doug Martin to? He's just somebody. He's been around too long, and like not enough has come. He's like a Washington Redskins running back, not named Clinton Portis. Pretty much like.
You might be right.
He's Ryan Matthews.
But the thing about them is they have to build around his strengths. And I don't think I see them trying to make him into a pocket quarterback, and I think he can be a pocket quarterback, but let him use a little bit of his agility and his size. Let him use that certain amount of times because they have receivers.
They got a tight end.
They got a tight end.
I think they got 2 actually.
It's
good.
The running back.
Yeah,
it's the running back.
Yeah,
so
they definitely need a running back. I mean,
maybe you might want to package something so you can go ahead and get Saquon Barkley. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe you might want to do that.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Oh, moving right along to the NFC West, and they're pretty much set too. Because even though he took a beating, I don't think Russ
is going nowhere.
Russ and Sierra are going nowhere. Oh, jeez. Go Hawks, the robot.
There you go.
Jared Goff let it know, like, look, I got Jeff Fisher out of here. Let me ball out a little bit. Make it rain touchdowns. Jimmy Garoppolo, they're discussing an extension. He's not going anywhere.
Absolutely.
They found the pretty boy face of the San Francisco Rice
and it helps
franchise.
That he hasn't lost a game for them.
Yeah,
that helps. That really helps.
Yeah. Now, on the other hand, Arizona Cardinals,
they need a quarterback,
and of course, like everybody else, they're interested in Kirk Cousins. But what do you think? Everybody wants Kirk Cousins.
I think for them, Bridgewater would be really nice for them.
I think you're right.
I think Bridgewater would work out over there. Maybe even an Andy Dalton, but I don't know if they would want to get 2 Cincinnati quarterbacks in a row. I don't know.
You know who I think might be good for them?
Who would that be?
If you look next down on our list, I think that name right there might be good for them.
I don't know.
I don't know if anybody's taking Colin Kaepernick.
I think he's perfect for them.
I think he would be great in Arizona. I think he's perfect
for them because they've never have a running game anyway.
Yeah, he'd have to run. But they have pieces. They have a solid tight end. They have some receivers. I mean, they got Fitzgerald. Mm-hmm. They have a defense.
Yep.
So I mean, like, is Tyrod? Is Colin Kaepernick getting picked up in 2018?
No, absolutely not.
Is his career over?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just get it out there.
I mean, think about it.
Hold out hope.
Think about it. I mean, yeah, his career's over because I don't think anybody wants to touch that. But
yeah, make America great again.
But shout out to him because I've been watching him all year, just giving money away. I don't know who his accountant is, but whoever he deals with, They did good by him.
I'll let us get us some sponsors because we need that type of.
Cabernet, hit me on Twitter, please. Thank
you. Holla at the real DJ ROC. At Raw Radio Online. We on Twitter. We out here. We eating.
We out here. And shout out to Meek Mills who might get freed just because the whole town is lit. Shout out to Cincinnati who's still probably burning down the town.
Yeah.
All the way up till Thursday.
Yeah. But
in Philadelphia, they're trusting the process. Did you see him on there during the game?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm telling you, I think that he's the biggest star in the NBA since Shaq.
Let me ask you a question. How the Phillies looking for this year? Because
76ers?
No, Philadelphia Phillies baseball.
They don't look too hot.
Okay, I was gonna say if the Phillies are balling. Phillies hot right now.
But you never know.
You never know.
It all comes out. You know what? Baseball all comes down to pitching.
Yeah.
If they can get that part handled, they might have a chance.
Cause of the Phillies get popping this summer. Yo, Philly gonna be lit.
I gotta check how the Flyers are doing.
I'm about to hit up. Yeah.
The Flyers are usually.
I'm about to go holler at father-in-law. I'm about to go down to South Street, get some Philly steaks and celebrate because Philly's getting lit.
Right. Listen, shout out because I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm there I would say I'm in Philly at least 6-7 times a year.
You better than me. I got family down there.
Well, you got to figure my nephew's playing there.
Yeah.
I got family in Camden.
The Q Rose watch is coming up later on.
Yeah,
we got to.
I can't believe
we got
this kid.
Yeah, we got it.
Speaking of which,
let's make that segue.
We can move on to the NBA.
Man.
What do you think about the whole Blake Griffin trade?
I'm trying to figure out how Tobias Harris is going to do in LA.
I think he's going to be lost in LA because at this point, Lou Williams is putting up a lot of shots, and he was snubbed as an All-Star. And I'll continue to say that.
But remember, it's the Clippers. You know what it is. Austin Rivers. Why he still got a job?
Is he even on the floor yet? Again?
Nah, he
still has the boot on his foot, correct?
He deflecting locker room fights from Houston.
Listen, if nobody can see what's going on, Doc Rivers is going to be gone soon.
Oh, yeah. The writing's on the wall.
I mean, you could tell right when they relieved him of the job of GM, you could tell that Jerry West was not pleased with what he's been doing. But not only did they relieve him of the job of GM, they relieved him of the job of GM for Jerry West, like you said. Jerry West is not just a person that can put a great team together. He need to have the right coach, too. Absolutely.
And if Doc ain't done what he's supposed to be doing, which he isn't, then bye-bye. Sorry for ya.
My only problem with him is he's 80 plus years old. I don't know if he's going to wake up every day. I don't mean to be like that, but I'm just saying.
That's why John McCain wasn't president. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I'm just, that's how I look at it. I'm like, I don't know if I can put my franchise's whole livelihood in the hands of somebody that may
no longer be breathing.
Yeah.
Stay woke.
Needless to say, I mean, it's going to be interesting these next couple of days with these trades and who's going where and everything. But the
deadline is what? About a couple weeks now, right?
Yeah.
About 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. But the thing that is really funny to me is the dysfunction in Cleveland.
Oh my God.
This is, and here's the thing. You don't have enough, Mr. LeBron, and these are the people you specifically asked for.
Did he?
And on top of it, if I'm Kevin Love, I'm sitting there like, okay, who you gonna blame now?
My thing is this though. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100.
Let's do that.
This is gonna be a little bit of a bounce back and forth. We're gonna talk history. We're gonna talk present. We're gonna bounce back and forth. One of my homeboys was like, man, if you look at it and you pay attention, LeBron right now is playing the same way he played before he left Cleveland the first time.
Absolutely. He wants out. He's quit I don't know how many games he's quit.
As LeBron goes, Cleveland goes. I also want to say this. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I will admit it 100%. I don't believe in everything that's a conspiracy, but I am a conspiracy theorist. And I will say this. If you have a person in your life that you don't really want to deal with, but you have to, the first opportunity that you get the upper hand, what are you going to do?
Usurp your power.
All right. What's the real relationship with LeBron and Dan Gilbert? Like, we cannot forget the letter that Dan Gilbert wrote when LeBron left the first time.
And that's the elephant in the room.
That's the elephant.
I would love to know what that conversation was in order for him to sign back.
Not only that,
all of the disparaging things he said about him.
When he signed back, his wife and his mother was like, didn't want to go. Like, you serious? What? And he just was like, no, look, I'm letting y'all know this is bigger than me. This is bigger than him. This is bigger than basketball. It's something. This is for Cleveland. I think he looked at it as like, I'm bigger than Dan Gilbert.
Right.
I think he did. This thing is about me being from Akron and this being my city, and I'm bringing my city a championship.
I agree.
Once I do that, I think he orchestrated the Kyrie Irving trade. Look, dog, I ain't gonna be here next year, so like let's have some fake beef. Let's get you out of here. Let's get you right. Celtics might be good for you. Because the way they embraced that first game, man, I'm like, there wasn't no beef there. I think LeBron was like, yo, I'm gonna be out soon. So like, yo, you my mans and all. So yo,
here's the thing.
That's my thing.
How's that working out now for them? Like, seriously, I mean, like, it's like as an owner and GM, you know, both the owner and GM in this scenario, they have to uphold a certain standard. And
who's the GM of Cleveland?
I forgot.
Oh wait, they fired him, didn't they?
No. Well, yeah, they got a new one because remember, Chauncey didn't want the job, which was very smart.
Very smart. Shout out to Chauncey Diddy Phillips.
You have to know that that. LeBron runs everything.
Oh yeah,
it's got to be hard trying to run that.
Yeah,
you know.
But Dan Gilbert wants to run it because it's his team.
Absolutely.
He's the owner, so he probably just like, yeah. He got me the ring. I gotta sign because I can't let LeBron go.
I think he feels indebted and he doesn't want to look like the idiot.
Yeah,
you know, and that's where it's at. But
I feel like LeBron's smart though, and I think he's trying to make him the idiot. And I feel like next year I gotta go back and look at the contracts of everybody signed to Cleveland to see when they expire. I know Tristan's gonna be there a while. I know Kevin Love gonna be there a while. But who's gonna be left if LeBron leaves next year? Because I know they're talking about nobody. I know they're talking about trading a lot of people.
Next to nobody. And the thing of it is, with that, to me, that makes me say kudos to Kyrie for making the power play. Because in all actualities, what people ain't understanding is Kyrie was there before the return. So everything was being built around him. And then to have to take the back seat to LeBron, then let's face it, he's the reason they won the championship that they won.
Oh, he was killing it.
Because when he didn't play, they were ran out of the building or what have you.
He was killing. Yeah, when he didn't play the year before and he had the kneecap.
So imagine him beating them and going on to the finals. I would love to see it. I swear I would love to see it.
But you know, my whole conspiracy theory thing, I feel like LeBron was like, you know what? You get out now, and then, because I'm leaving next year. So I don't really care, because at the end of the day, I think like he like, okay, I got this ring for Gilbert, but now I'm about to stick it to him.
You know what's going to be the amazing part of LeBron? Going into your 16th year in the NBA, you're going to still get a max contract.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That is amazing.
Okay, so let's look at it like this. Jose Calderon, who we don't really care about, he's an unrestricted free agent this year. Channing Frye, unrestricted free agent. Jeff Green, that's kind of interesting, unrestricted free agent. LeBron, player option this year.
He'll exercise.
He's gonna exercise. Kevin Love, player option next year. Shumpert, player option this year. Derrick Rose, unrestricted free agent.
When was the last time Shumpert played?
Isaiah, Thomas, unrestricted free agent.
And he is the reason. Let me stop at Isaiah Thomas real quick. Let me say something.
Let me just quick throw this in there. Dwayne Wade, free agent too. But go ahead.
How is this guy being able to be the mouthpiece in the locker room? How does he have so much to say? You've not helped them win any championship. You just got there and you're talking the most. But you're the reason why they're losing.
5'9".
You can't. He's not 5'9".
Small man complex.
He's not
Napoleon.
5'9". I would say he's 5'6", but that's just me. But you
just
can't
saying, small man
guard
complex.
anybody, and it's almost like everybody's letting you go to the rack just so they can just send you back. It's crazy to me.
Is Isaiah Thomas the latest member of the Doug Christie Club?
I think maybe he is, because
The system player?
Listen, what he effectively did was screwed up his chances for his max deal.
Because Doug Christie was the man in Sacramento and terrible everybody else.
He earned a max deal in Boston.
Yep.
In Cleveland, now everybody's looking like, yo, maybe he was. I don't know. Because
I think the hip will still help him get that max deal, because he did come
I
over.
can't give him a max deal.
I wouldn't. I'm just saying. I think somebody out there is going to give him a deal.
And the thing about everybody's like, why you hate? The kid is almost going to be 30.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a minute. Cats forget he was in Sacramento for a minute.
Right. And what cats forget is he just became that guy. He wasn't that guy
in Boston.
He wasn't that guy in Sacramento.
No, not at all.
He wasn't that guy in Phoenix. He just became that guy in Boston.
Yeah.
So realistically, it was a coach that was smart enough to say, I see your strengths and we're going to build around your strengths.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
you know. God bless him.
Yeah, man.
So what do you think about Greg Monroe going to Boston?
Well,
does he help him?
Jury is out on that, because the reports say.
Don't tell me you failed the physical.
No.
Oh, okay.
This is completely insider information, because this is real, y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100% real. I'm gonna give up my source on my insider information.
Don't do that.
No, I got to.
Don't do that.
Greg Monroe is on my fantasy team. So when I clicked on that little
little bio,
yeah, the little bio that lights up when it's orange when you hot.
Right.
Like, I mean, you hot, you balling, or you got some.
So current you clicked on the orange. And
I clicked on the orange. Yeah, this is Yahoo. Yahoo Fantasy. That's how I do. Since 2000.
Was it Adam Wojciechowski? Was it Wojciechowski that gave you the name? Really?
I don't even know. But they said he hasn't actually signed the deal yet, so he's still inactive. He still has not signed with Boston. So technically, the deal is there, but it hasn't gone through yet. So we're still waiting to see. But let's think about this. If Greg Monroe does sign with Boston and he's healthy, and there's whispers in the corners, in the streets, that Gordon Hayward is doing light practice.
Oh, there's footage.
Yes. That Gordon Hayward could be due back as early as April, before the playoffs start.
Here's the thing. Everybody's like, well, I'd rest him. But I reference Paul George coming back for the last 12 games or so when he was in Indiana.
And he balled.
And it didn't hurt.
It didn't hurt him. Because my thing is this. You get him some minutes.
I think
when he plays well, you let him play. When he doesn't, you pull him out.
But you know who's really doing a good job, and they're flying under the radar with Boston? Terry Rozier.
Yes, Rozier is balling.
Terry Rozier is playing some ball.
Jalen balling too, though. I like that dude.
I think he's in the running for most improved. Probably won't get it, but I think he's in the running.
Rozier, aka Keith Murray, is balling though. I got names.
Shout out to Keith Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rozier looked like Keith Murray. Tobias Harris looked like J. Cole. Gerald Green looked like Juvenile. And even though he ain't in, I don't even know, is Josh Smith in the league anymore? Hurricane Gang?
I heard somebody picked him up, but I haven't seen him.
Josh Smith looked like Game though.
But
just throw that out there.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Who do you think, with the trade deadline approaching, who do you think is going to be the team that makes a move?
Well, reports are the Cavs and the Hornets have discussed a trade for Kemba Walker. And I'm hearing that the Hornets would likely have to take both Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith. Going back to my conspiracy theory, if the Cavs get Kemba Walker and give up J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson, who are not unrestricted free agents, next year could really be the Kemba Walker Kevin Love show, because everybody else could be gone.
So
else could be gone.
So you would have two diminutive guards, both ball dominating guards, along with LeBron. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't that mean that Isaiah's still staying?
It says Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith, which means you're giving up 3-pointers and offensive rebounds for another score.
I just don't see how a team is going to function with Isaiah Thomas, Kemba Walker, and Derrick Rose. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yep.
And speaking of Derrick Rose, how is it that the guy can quit on the team and come back?
No. How can you quit on a team twice?
That's what I'm saying. Dude, you are really screwing up my last name. I'm gonna have to tell you to just give up the last name, man, for real.
And I just want to say this, that Juwan Howard, Jim Jackson, and the likes of those athletes like them are frowning sorely and heavily down upon Derrick Rose.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Derrick Rose used to be in the All-Egypt team. Jalen Rose is frowning on you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You are no longer in the All-Egypt team
I don't
at
know
all.
what he got going on.
What's going on,
like
man?
either Inkwell or something. Yeah. I don't know.
Juwan Howard's forever in the All-Egypt team, though. I got that out there.
His junk is be always sharp. Jeez.
Jim Jackson?
But Jalen got the oh my God. He probably gets lined up every other day.
Who was that?
Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
Definitely every other day.
When he was playing, though, Jim Jackson, too. I think Jim Jackson got pregame cuts.
You know what? Jim Jackson, he must have thought he was a model when he was playing, though. For real.
For real, man.
One of the prettiest dudes in the league ever.
Yeah.
You know, he probably, hey, when you got him being more pretty than Wally Zerbiak, now you know something.
Yeah, Wally Zerbiak was the Moose King.
I tell you this, he won't be mistaken for Sam Cassell. I tell you that.
Not at all. Shout out to Mr. Midrange Game. But also, the Wizards are talking about trading for DeAndre Jordan.
I think they need that trade
with a package of Gortat and Kelly Oubre.
I can't give up Oubre.
Yeah, Oubre is.
I can't give up Oubre. You know what? I'm trying to think
for DeAndre. And
I think I would rather give up Otto Porter than him. Otto Porter got the money, and I don't see him producing now that he got the money.
Otto Porter can shoot though, man. That's like it's a catch-22 because you can't coach shooting,
right?
If you can just shoot, but you can't coach being 7 foot either.
You know, one day one of the episodes we're gonna have to have my sister who works for the Wizards,
yes,
on to speak on that. But what she's saying
gang.
What she's saying that management is saying more so is they need a veteran leader for the locker room because it's not in the character of Beal or John Wall to be the leaders.
Well, they said they had the players only meeting and they made everything worse.
Yeah, because they're not naturally vocal leaders.
They're probably like lead by example type.
Absolutely.
They first in the gym the last out, but they ain't like telling yo you.
They won't. They're not the guys that'll just get on you. You know. And realistically, I thought Morris, whichever one of them he is, I thought he was that guy for that team. Yeah.
But I knew John Wall wasn't a leader when he came out Dougie and Matt for 15 minutes in his opening night.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he balling, but he ain't a leader.
Right.
Yeah. But also on the block, Willie Hernan Gomez has requested a trade.
Why?
No minutes.
Did you hear what his name was?
Hernan Gomez.
Okay, so why does he need minutes?
I'm just saying.
I mean, has he earned them?
I mean,
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I don't see where he. I don't know. I don't see where he has it. Who's going to want him? Is what I'm saying. Oh. When you say I want to trade, you certainly should be like a commodity that can help somebody else. Who does he help?
My homeboys that are Knicks fans love him, but they're Knicks fans.
Do you know why they love him?
Knicks fans are like Cowboys fans.
He's an effort guy.
Yeah. Knicks fans are like Cowboys fans. They go into the championship every year.
Here's my views on an effort guy.
Even though you used to be a Cowboys fan.
They're good. They're good. They're good.
Shots fired.
They're but they're in between. They're tweeners.
Yeah.
They're great for the second and third quarter, but crunch time?
Yeah.
Are you relying on them?
You're not starting and you're not in the fourth quarter, so
I don't see it. I don't see it with him, but
I don't see it either.
And he hasn't even been in the league long enough to be garnered.
It's like his second year.
Now, Shabazz Muhammad over at the T-Wolves, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But, I don't see it.
Robin Lopez is on the trading block. Does anybody care?
Why?
He's an expiring contract.
Again, I asked why.
I guess Chicago feels like, okay, he's an expiring contract, so maybe somebody wants to get some money off the books and send us back somebody.
You have to look at what his intangibles are and what he does.
Yeah, because you still does
not do.
Because keep it real.
I don't see, because if you're going to make a trade, 9 times out of 10, at this point in the game, it's going to be to a contender. What contender really needs him?
If you are a contender, you're not really worried about expiring contracts.
Right, but I'm saying what contender could he help? Off the bat, the only one I can think of is really Portland.
That's about it. Didn't he come from there?
I'm just saying.
Come back home.
I don't know.
And allegedly, Marcus Smart is generating some interest from the Nuggets, but Smart is a restricted free agent.
Okay. I like him in Boston though.
Yeah.
I think Boston needs him just to be the bulldog and get at the on the defensive end.
And he holds down that second unit
because Kyrie's not going to be your defensive stopper. Although he's playing better defense this year.
Nah. Yeah. But I think he has a point to prove, and that's the reason why. Just much like Harden has a point to prove, so he's playing better defense. He went from like a 2 to a 3. Yeah, not to mention
as a rating.
I think collectively Boston looks like they play good team defense anyway. So I think that kind of helps.
So in your thinking and of what you've seen so far this year, who do you think is coming out of the East?
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. If Boston gets a healthy Greg Monroe and gets Hayward back and it doesn't disrupt the chemistry, I really can't see anybody touching Boston. Because Cleveland is struggling right now, and I think it's mainly like a power play. So I don't know if
Cleveland and Boston meet, for some reason I just think Cleveland beats them. I don't think that Boston can beat Cleveland 4 times.
How long is Love out?
He's been out a week, so 7 more weeks. But the thing with them is they may fall back so far that they may have to play somebody that's going to play the spoiler. But
they might have to play Boston early though.
Let me throw you the curveball.
They're in the 3rd spot right now.
Let me throw you the curveball and tell you who I think.
All right.
Toronto. And the reason I say Toronto is because nobody's talking about them. They're going under the radar, and nobody expects anything of them.
They are number 2, though.
Now, when I look at them matchup-wise,
they are number 2.
And the way that DeRozan has brought his game along, I think that he's on a mission. I think, but this is in no way insinuating that they can win the NBA Finals. I think that they'll just have to take that step, get to the finals,
get washed, and then come back
and get swept.
Yeah,
that's what I think happens with them. But I like their team, and in the vein of the Super Bowl, I seen that a team won.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm definitely honestly, but I would say
with no real superstar.
But I would
say
this,
but not superstar.
I would say this: I don't see anybody else outside of Boston, Cleveland, or Toronto. I don't believe in Washington.
You'd be correct.
I do not believe in Washington.
You'd be correct.
I can't even think of another team to even bring up. So that right there just proves my point. If I can't think like Milwaukee, like they're cool to watch. They're not playoff ready yet.
Right.
They could win a series.
You know what they are?
Depending on their draw.
They're what the Clippers were when they first got
Darius Miles.
No, Chris Paul.
Okay. I was going to say.
Must-see TV and the team on the come up. But there's just something about them. It's like something that just won't mesh together.
I'll go back even further. I think they the Clippers with like Darius Miles and Elton Brand and what was the other dude that Quinton Richardson. Yeah, I think that they young and they exciting, but they don't got that glue to be a contender yet.
Right.
They can win some games. They can put up some points. They can get some highlights. But they don't have the and plus they just got rid of their coach, so they go through that.
Do you realize that back then, Sean Livingston was on that team as a starting point guard?
Yes,
point guard. And he was going to be so nice, and he had the horrific injury.
What was worse, his injury or what's his name?
The kid from Louisville?
No. Well, that's disgusting right there. That was terrible too. But I'm talking about oh my God, I'm going blank. He just was on the Lakers. He was the center for Golden State, and he played in Milwaukee.
Bogut,
Andrew Bogut. Because Bogut had the arm.
I would say,
and Sean Livingston had the leg.
Bogut was nasty, but I would have to say Sean Livingston only because it kept
Paul George is in that conversation too, though.
It kept him, but see. That injury kept him out like 5 years.
But you know what? This is just a big up and a shout out to the strength and the effort and determination of Sean Livingston, because this dude is balling in Golden State.
And he had to change his game totally.
And because he was not supposed to play again.
No.
They said that was a career-ending injury.
Much less he was supposed to not even walk straight.
And I saw the injury too, you know. And oh my God, I'm like, yeah, he's not.
You know what it looked like? You ever see when somebody like stacks up dominoes and you knock the one domino down and you get the domino effect? That's what it looked like. He went down like.
Yeah.
It's just.
But you know what I think though? I think the only thing that saved him was youth was on the side. He was
Absolutely, he was so young.
He was out of high school,
so young.
You know, 7 years in the league, he was still like what, 25?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's what would save him. But man, yeah, shout out to him.
God bless him.
Yeah, and he still be balling too.
The one guy with the nicest mid game range.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because with him,
he channeled his inner Sam Cassell.
Well, see, with him, you won't see him going to the 3-point line or anything. He'll settle for the mid range shot. Love the kid. Perfect, and went to a perfect team.
Yeah,
even when he was with Brooklyn, he was great. But just to go there, he was like the piece that they needed for that second unit, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in the West. I think we're only
a 2-man race, man.
It's a 2-man race, but here's why Golden State is still going to be the favorite. Chris Paul has never made it out of the second round.
Yeah, and my thing is this,
and for some reason I don't trust him. I think he's going to hurt a hamstring or something.
I'm not even going that far. I'm going to say this: there's 82 games in the regular season. If you got to play a team in a 7-game series and you're playing like that same team every single game, and you got to make the adjustments, you got to adapt and all of that, I think for that reason I'm staying with Golden State too, because that team has been together forever. You know, the core of that team has been together forever. You know, and then they added Durant to that core that's been together forever.
I think I go with them because of their defense.
Yeah, that they play great team. Like, granted, I'm one of the biggest Steph Curry defensive haters. Steph Curry can shoot. He can play on offense. He got a crazy handle. Yada yada yada. I believe that. I think he's suspect on defense, but I think it's masked because they play such great team defense.
Yeah,
you know. But that being said, they play great team defense. I don't know if Houston can handle that in a 7-game series. You catch them on a back-to-back. Okay, yeah. You catch them, you know, you've been playing, you know, and all of a sudden you got them at home this weekend and you got them 2 weeks later. You catch them sleeping. Okay, regular season. When it's the playoffs and they locked in on that one team for a series and we lost tonight because he did that. Tomorrow night, I'm going to come back and do this. it's a whole different monster. It ain't like I played them like 3 weeks ago and I'm not caring because we just played Detroit last night and we got the Lakers tomorrow. You locked in, you focusing on one team, and that team has been together for so long versus the Houston that's, they added Chris Paul. They've had injuries, then Eric Gordon came out. He was balling. I mean, don't get me wrong, he balling. I like Clint Capella, but I don't know if Clint can handle Draymond for 4 straight games.
I don't think so. But I'm telling you, I think that the person that Houston's going to miss the most is the wildest man in the league, who's currently not available.
And who might that be?
It's a dark-skinned guy that, I'll give you a hint, dark-skinned guy that ran around and hurt Westbrook.
Oh, you talking about the shooter.
Literally, the shooter.
And I'm not talking about jump shots.
No.
What you talking about, Pat Beverly?
No, I don't call his name. That dude there, I'm telling you know why I say that? Because he would have been the guy to cause fits.
He'd have ran up in Steph's jaw.
And then when Steph is disheveled, he can also go and make things miserable for the other light-skinned guy.
Yeah.
Thompson.
Shout out to dark-skinned brothers out there just making light-skinned guys just nervous.
But
Pat Beverly,
Houston cannot win against Golden State unless Eric Gordon is special in the series.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not special in the series, they have no chance to win.
And Trevor Ariza got to get back to that Lakers-Knicks defense.
See, the thing about it is Trevor Ariza will be able to guard 3 or 4 positions. For that team, he's like the Iguodala for that team.
Yeah.
And that's
Draymond.
And that's what he's going to have to play. But the addition of Gerald Green, brilliant. Brilliant. He fits that team to a T.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And he's going to be the guy. Because realistically, I think he gives them problems. I don't think they have an answer for him.
Gerald Green I think he's one of them dudes. He's got to be in the right situation, but when he's in the right situation, he's not just a system player. He flourishes.
Right, and the thing is you have to just let the guy be able to just play.
Yeah.
Just let the man play.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be a starter. Just let him do him. When he comes in,
give him 25 minutes.
You know what I would compare him to? He is a 6'8", jump out of the gym, Eddie House.
Mm-hmm.
Just let that man shoot. Let him come in and get his rocks off, pause, and he good.
We're still doing the pause?
Well,
are we still doing pause?
Maybe yes, maybe.
I'm just saying because I let a few of them go by.
Yeah. I think we still pause for the people. They expect it from us. I know this is sports, but it's still Rock City. It's still Rock. It's still Raggedy. That's how we do. So yeah,
you already know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Who is your front runner for the MVP though in the NBA right now? If you had to pick one today,
Harden. Beard gang. Harden.
I'm gonna tell you like this because I got the stats right here.
You said right now,
and I'm gonna tell you like this. It is hard to argue against that because let's talk LeBron James. He's 5th in the league in minutes played. He's 4th in assists. He's 5th in scoring. He's 14th in steals. And he's 15th in field goal percentage. 22nd in rebounds. The great LeBron James.
22nd in rebounds?
Yeah. Greek freak. He's 1st in minutes
played. That would
played.
be my number 2 pick.
2nd in scoring, 28 points a game. 10th in rebounds. 14th in field goal percentage. 18th in blocks per game. 20th in steals. He's top 20 in that many categories. He's filling up the stat sheet. All right. Now, Kyrie Irving came to the Celtics and has turned the Celtics around.
Mm-hmm.
However, Celtics are number 1 in the East, but Kyrie is 10th in scoring, 29th in assists, and nothing else even registered worth mentioning.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook, last year's MVP, 7th in scoring, number 1 in assists, 10.3 assists a game.
God bless.
But he's not rebounding like he did last year because he doesn't really have to.
Right.
They changed up the
well, where is he at with the rebounding?
I gotta look that up. But
okay,
never pull that up. But it wasn't top 20, so it wasn't really worth mentioning. So James Harden leads the league in scoring, 31.2 points a game. He's 3rd in assists, 9.1, and they're number 2 in the Western Conference, and they're 2 games back of the Warriors. And he's playing defense this year.
I gotta give it to Harden. I just have to give it to Harden.
As much as I hate on Harden, because he be traveling every time he do that step back 3.
Yes, it's a travel.
It's a travel. He stops dribbling, takes 2 steps to the right, and then pulls up. But right now he's the MVP. I gotta say
disagree.
it. Right now he's the MVP.
Cannot disagree.
Dude had 60 points with 11 assists.
You know who I think would make a real run at MVP if they didn't have like game restrictions, like they didn't play back-to-backs, minutes and stuff?
Embiid.
Exactly.
Joel Embiid.
You tell me if you seen all this coming when he was in Kansas.
No. I saw it coming last year when he first started actually like playing for real. But at Kansas, no, absolutely not.
And the thing I love about him, he talks junk to all his opponents because the way he handles Andre Drummond, oh my God, that's so personal. I swear.
But he does more than talk to him. He's a troll on the internet. Like, and he'll troll you before the game and after.
I have to give him my vote because he turned down Rihanna.
Yeah.
I'm not turning her down. Sorry, I'm just not.
Wow.
Have you not seen how she got thick now?
Wow.
I be saying that, please.
Wow.
Trust the process. Forget the process, please.
When I'm with you, all I get is wow thoughts.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, you know, it's all good. Just had a vision of the video. But anyway,
Did you see her on the Grammys, by the way?
Playing like background?
Did you? No, when they did that song. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm you know I don't watch awards.
I don't either, but I did check that out.
I'm a YouTube it,
dude.
I'm a YouTube it. Yeah, but
the Hooters were a great investment.
Man, look,
never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's another podcast. Another podcast. We're getting sidetracked, but you know, shout out to Rihanna. Hope you like sports. But anyway, who is your front runner? I know I ain't got this on the roster, but who is your front runner for Rookie of the Year?
Mitchell for Utah. Gotta be. It has to be. I mean, you got to look at what he's doing because he's in Utah. He's going under the radar.
Can I throw a name out there?
Sure, you can. Kuzma?
Ben Simmons.
You know what? I don't think that. Well, maybe he may get it, but I don't look at him as a rookie. I don't agree with that.
He didn't play all year.
I don't care. You still were there. Like that's just like Blake Griffin. If you were there for training camp and all that, yeah, it still counts in my book. But even though, okay, he's playing great.
You know why I gotta disagree with you? 2 words: Arvydas Sabonis, the 31-year-old rookie.
That's
dude had bad knees and was a rookie. Come on, man.
Can you imagine if he would have came to the league in his prime? What he would have been?
This dude could not run for 3 minutes straight. But
He probably was the best center, almost the best center ever, because he had every tool.
If he would have come to the NBA in his prime, he would have gave Shaq fits.
Could you imagine him, Oscar Schmidt, and maybe Petrovic all together in their prime in the NBA?
And God bless, the only thing with Petrovic, the car accident, R.I.P.
Had he lived,
he was killing it in the Nets.
Oh my goodness.
Listen,
nobody could do anything with him.
Dude, like, he probably had one of the number 1 selling jerseys for the Nets ever.
I still have mine.
I sold mine.
The blue one, the dark blue one.
I had the white one. I sold it.
I got the dark blue one.
I'm gonna get one off of eBay though.
I almost got a Mookie Blaylock one the other day, but then I was like, oh well, he's locked up for a while, so I don't know.
Mookie had a couple. He had the Hawks one. He had the Golden State. Mookie.
I liked him at the Hawks.
Yeah. Mookie was nice with the Hawks.
But that's who I would go with for Rookie of the Year. I'd go with Mitchell.
I can't say no. Won't be Ball in the family. I'll tell you that much.
No. But you know what? Here's the thing. And a guy at my job and I were going over this. If you watch the Lakers when they played the OKC Thunder, they were up 10 with like less than a minute to go, and they end up winning the game. But they almost gave the game away. Why? Because everybody that they had in the game was not used to having the ball in their hands in them situations, because either they never played point at all in their basketball career, whether it been from AAU, whether it was like biddy basketball, whether it was college, they never played the point guard. That's why we got him.
Yeah.
Because we're not looking for him to score. We're looking for him to facilitate.
Exactly.
And some of the plays, and you know it, because you and I sat there many a nights and said, dang, did you see that pass he just got off the rebound? Who could have made that play?
Yeah.
You know.
Young Jason Kidd.
You know.
But my thing is this, though. The Lakers need to coach up Josh Hart, get Lonzo Ball healthy,
Josh Hart,
so that we can get rid of Tyler Ennis.
You know what's so great about Josh Hart?
He plays defense.
No, he came in the league and he already had an NBA body.
Yeah.
You see how solid this dude is?
Well, he came out. He was a senior, right?
Yeah, he had 4 years.
Yeah.
See, there's a reason why him and Kuzma are what they are.
Yeah,
they've had 4 years of season.
They got NBA bodies. They're grown men.
Yeah. Grown men already.
They're rookies, but they're grown men. But yeah, we need Josh Hart. We need to coach him up, because we cannot have Tyler Ennis out on the floor.
You know what's crazy? And this is just me. This came out of nowhere. I just thought about this. Lonzo Ball is the same age as Quinton.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Q, find the agent.
Yeah. Quick.
No, I can't say. Well, that may be going on. I'm just putting it out there.
You don't go to LA, I'm still getting your jersey. Don't matter.
If he goes to LA, you don't have to worry about jersey. I'm going to be the guy out there.
Yeah,
I'm going to move out there.
Yeah,
and
only thing, be the plug.
Yeah, only thing I'm going to want from him is I don't want no money, no nothing. When you get the girls, just if they got fine mamas, I'll take that.
Yeah,
that's it. just kidding.
Mamas and jerseys. That's all we are.
Does it seem like we're materialistic? Yes, we are.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
I like the sneakers as well.
Yeah. Give me some Kobe 2K5
size 10s. If you got them.
9.5. I'm still trying to, whatever. But anyway, dude, one thing we got to talk about. We talked about how, who we think come out the West, who we think come out the East, the struggles that Cleveland is having. Does LeBron James want out? I know one thing, though. LeBron James does not want out of this All-Star game with the team that he picked.
Cool.
Dude, they might score 200.
You know what? I look at it differently.
Boogie's out, so that
I
hurts.
think you notice that 3 people he picked are out.
Yeah, Kevin Love's out too.
Yeah, Kevin Love, Boogie, and who was the third? If somebody else, John Wall.
Yeah, and they all out for a minute. Boogie out for the season.
Yeah,
Kevin Love out for a minute. Wall out for like 6 weeks, right?
Right.
So I mean, he's not playing.
Here's the thing. I look at it as though on Steph's side, he made sure he had the shooters.
Yeah, they gonna be jacking.
So if they just put him up like how they put him up, because we already know it's gonna be no defense played, they should win by dang 15.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question though. Did LeBron picking Kevin Durant to be on his All-Star team spark the LeBron the Warriors rumors?
Of course, can't beat him, join him.
Yeah.
That's his thing. It's documented. He's the reason why we have a bunch of people in the league that would rather go play with your friends and your best players rather than I want to beat them. Think about it. Would Magic have said, I'm going to go play with Larry? Or was he like, I'm just going to beat Larry?
Nope.
Would Larry say he wanted to play with Magic?
Nope.
Would any of them want to play with Jordan?
Nope.
Exactly. But see, it's a new time, it's a new day, and we just go with it. I don't like it, but we'll just go with it.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think he's coming to LA though. Lakers or Clippers. I
don't think he's going to the Clippers.
I don't think he's going to go to the Clippers either, especially with the current situation. But I think he wants to come to LA. But if we're reaching, Golden State is in California.
I don't know. I think Houston is a viable spot for him. because of his friendship with Chris Paul and the fact that he wouldn't have to do much with there. But I don't see where.
Did Chris Paul re-up, though? Or is he a free agent?
He's going to re-up. You know this. You know this. But what I'm saying is, who's the guy? I don't see Harden saying, I'm not the guy.
But I do say Chris Paul saying I'm not the guy, because that's why he was like, I don't mind going to play with Harden.
Who's the guy? We got a guy coming in.
But
he's gonna be in his 16th year, and I'm supposed to give up control of my team and me being the guy. I go to the line more than him.
But you know what, though?
I'm a better shooter than him. I'm a better by the numbers. I'm in no way saying he's a better passer than LeBron.
That's my thing.
He's a better facilitator for what they do. But I can see it still working. I still see it.
That's what I'm saying, because I'm like, going into his 16th year,
but
LeBron is a ball dominant player, but what's been one of the knocks on LeBron? He won't take the big shot.
Yeah,
So I think that's a reason why it would work.
I mean, it's a knock, but he makes the right basketball plays. So
exactly. And that's why I think it'll work.
I can't really be mad at him for that, because he does make the right basketball plays.
And I think it will work because of that.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a better situation being in your 16th year than going to the Lakers and wondering what could happen, unless the Lakers get Paul George, unless the Lakers get Boogie and he's healthy, Oh,
I think Boogie's going to be healthy. I mean, think about it. He's not a high flyer in the first place.
Yeah.
He always had a ground game, so I think he'll be fine.
Is Boogie going to re-up or come to L.A.?
I think he's going to re-up because, New Orleans is talking about giving him max, so I think he'll re-up.
Yeah, and I think he probably get more money staying with New Orleans, even though
absolutely,
because he already lost money getting traded from Sacramento.
So. But I think the elephant in the room, as far as LeBron rumors, is San Antonio. Pop's pedigree.
LeBron likes Pop.
And the fact that if he went there, Kawhi would make it to the point where LeBron doesn't have to play any defense. But Kawhi will be the guy guarding the toughest covers. Right. And now LeBron can do the Jordan and just roll him around and make steals by just jumping in the passing lanes and blocking shots from behind and things of that nature.
But word on the street is Kawhi won out. Would LeBron make it?
If LeBron came there, Kawhi would not want out. I don't even think Kawhi really wants out. I think Kawhi just wants to force them to make a move.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, do you think if LeBron comes, is LaMarcus Aldridge staying?
Of course. Because he wants to win. Okay. And the thing about him is he's still the third guy, and he's still better. Where he is now on that team, he's a better option than what Chris Bosh was on Miami.
Yeah, definitely, by far. Yeah.
And he wouldn't have to change his game.
Yep. I agree with that.
So I see, I don't know. But even though, the Lakers are, a part of me doesn't even want LeBron.
Yeah. Because
a part of me says we're getting a guy that's going to be on the tail end of his career and we're going to give him max money.
I agree, because a part of me is like that whole, we got the guy we wanted all this time, 2 years too late. Like when we finally got Jimmy Jackson.
That's what's going to happen.
We got him like 2 years too late.
That's what's going to happen.
When we finally got Glenn Rice, 2 years too late. J.R. Ryder, 2 years. Everybody
and that's why it's going to be imperative that we get two superstars. Because to be honest with you, at first I wasn't really sold on the Paul George initially when he was in Indiana. I'm sold on it now, though.
I've been sold on it.
I'm sold because you know why? Because every time he sees LeBron in the other uniform, he gives it to LeBron.
Oh, yeah. He has no fear.
Between him and Carmelo, there was the only two dudes that just always go at him, and he can't do it.
But is he comfortable in OKC to the point where he might re-up there?
I think he's going to re-up.
I think he's going to re-up, too.
I think he's going to re-up.
And then I think him and Russ are building a really solid friendship.
Mm-hmm. And they're both Cali guys. They're both LA guys.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I don't know.
But there's another name just lurking out there, and I don't know if this is somebody that people want. Monte Ellis is not signed right now.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Because
he last played with Dallas, right?
Well, let's see.
Was it Dallas last?
Yes, it was Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh no, was it Indiana? It was Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana. That's right.
But you mean to tell me he can't help some of these teams?
I mean, look.
I'll tell you right now, he can go on the Spurs and play right now in the Spurs.
Oh yeah, that most definitely.
And,
Without a shadow of a doubt.
But I think he's better served in the West. I think I wouldn't mind seeing him come off the bench and play the role for Portland that they have Shabazz Napier playing. Or
Portland's a team that's not really talked about. They ride on the radar.
Realistically, he can go to Minnesota as a backup.
Ooh. And that's that. Yo, I think that's the next team right there.
It is.
I think the next 3 years,
but they have to let them get out of the notion that they're a half-court team.
Next 3 years,
Thibodeau has to just let them hoop. And Tom Thibodeau, listen to me when I say this. You gotta let Jamal Crawford hoop.
Yeah,
you gotta just let him loose, man.
That's what he does.
Because if you let him loose, you would get what
he doesn't
LA
need
is getting
to start
with Lou Williams.
He doesn't need to start.
Absolutely
he just need to come
not.
in and get his buckets. Man, they all in the van of Eddie House.
Listen,
let him come in
the
and
best
green light.
Bad shot maker that's ever been in the league.
Yeah, just let him come in and get the green light. When you in, you get the green light. You Eddie House.
Right.
Plain and simple. But yeah, man. Yo, the next 3 years, Philly, the Lakers, and Minnesota. Watch out.
Absolutely.
Lakers are going to depend on, obviously, this free agent season coming up this year. If we make a big splash, watch out. If we don't, we got some work to do.
Are you watching how good the guys who are on the trading blocks are playing?
Yo, Julius Randle's playing excellent.
Julius Randle
Jordan
is
Clarkson
playing
is
out of his
balling.
mind. I think we may have to revisit that. And as much as it hurts me to say it,
you don't like him. I like Julius.
No, I like Julius.
I like Randle.
I do like Julius. We need to keep Julius
I like
because
Clarkson.
he is the only muscle guy that we have that's gonna
even if he knows he's not better than you, he don't care. He's aggressive. I like that.
And it hurts me to say it, but if you ask me what young guy would I say on the Lakers I'm willing to part with, it would hurt me to say it, but I would say Larry Nance Jr.
Yeah.
And it would hurt me saying that.
It would hurt me, but I'd be okay with it. Because I'm like, I think we got to keep Julius Randle. I think in time, once he develops into an adult and gets an NBA body,
I know where you're
Brandon
going.
Ingram is going to be the man. Jordan Clarkson is a Laker.
You know what?
Everything about Jordan Clarkson just bleeds Laker.
A ball player.
Yes.
You can put him in the first unit, the second unit. You put him wherever. He's a ball player, and he plays defense. We need him.
And Kuzma is just that. I think
Kuzma is going to be a star.
I think them four you cannot get. I mean, obviously not getting rid of Lonzo Ball because that was your number 2 pick overall,
right?
And that's your point guard for the future. But if you got Lonzo Ball, who has Kuzma,
right,
Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, Jordan Clarkson, who get no money right now because they're on them rookie deals.
Well, Clarkson did get re-signed.
Clarkson got a contract.
That's why I think he's going to be expendable because of his contract.
But it's not a huge contract because Luol Deng got more than him.
But who wants Luol Deng?
He might have to get amnesty.
We can't give him away.
We can amnesty him though.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to. I think we're
gonna have to.
I think he's gonna get amnesty. But we can keep that Jordan Clarkson contract if we amnesty Luol Deng, and we still get 2 big stars.
Well, you know what?
Who would fit though?
You know what? I'm not gonna say we can't get rid of Luol Deng because I thought we couldn't get rid of Mozgov's contract, and we find a way.
We got rid of Snitch.
And I didn't think anybody wanted him, the Snitch. But
Snitch can ball though.
I don't know. Okay, I think he's a serviceable NBA player. He's not a point guard, but he's a player. No, I just don't think that he's good in a big market. I don't think he's good in Brooklyn. I don't think he was good in LA. But I think if you send him to somewhere like say a place like a Charlotte, a Utah,
he's a
San Antonio,
he's a Kemba Walker like type player.
I think he would be really great for
a
smaller media where he doesn't have to worry about what he says, what he does, and he doesn't have to tote that line.
He's an immature Ben Gordon / Kemba Walker.
You know what? I think he would do really well in Milwaukee as a backup to
Bledsoe. Who
I
won in LA a long time ago.
For years. But I think he would be a great
He's in the locker room as a Clipper, but whatever.
Maybe be great in Sacramento.
Yeah,
alongside De'Aaron Fox.
Because I think he can ball. He's just immature. That's his only issue. He's very immature.
I think with him, his stock rose so quickly because remember, coming in his freshman year to Ohio State, he wasn't looked upon as the guy that's going to be a number 2 pick. But as he progressed, and this is the old regime, the Mitch Kupchaks of the world, and Jim Buss, they just leaped out there because literally,
Andrew Bynum.
We were really having our eyes upon Okafor.
Yeah, and I remember that.
I think he could have worked out for us.
I think he'd have fit the way we play. I think he'd have fit.
I mean, personally, I think if he's going to be
where is Okafor again?
He's in Brooklyn now.
Yeah.
But I think if he's going to be a good player in the league, notice I said good, he's got to go out west.
Yeah.
Because the half-court offenses that they run in the East is not suitable for him.
No.
But one place that he could have probably prospered at?
Where?
The Wizards.
Yeah.
The Wizards.
The way they play?
The Wizards.
They up-tempo, yeah.
The Wizards. A young guy that can get up and down the court.
They got the fastest point guard in the league.
I mean, and I love Gortat. But could you imagine if you had him going up and down the court, whereas Gortat can't make it up and down the court like that?
Gortat is borderline sloth from the Goonies.
Love him though. Love him though.
He can ball though. He can ball. Just gotta be in the right fit.
You know who I like this baller that's under the radar?
Who's that?
Enes Kanter.
Enes is tough.
Enes Kanter is tough, going under the radar.
Enes Kanter
and the thing I like about him is he's not afraid,
in New York.
And he loves the media.
He fits in New York.
He's tailor made for New York.
Yeah,
and that's why Hernan Gomez is ready to leave.
Exactly,
because he came and took everything he had,
looking like Montana. Enes Kanter look like French Montana.
Not deviating, but did you see him on Jesus and Moral?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Great guy. Hope he doesn't get locked up. Hope he doesn't get locked up for his antics overseas. But
shout out to Desus and Mero though. Dude, it's hilarious, man. Hilarious. Viceland too. Just all that. But yeah, man. Okay, I think it's about time though, man, for the Quinton Rose watch, man. What's going on with Q? What's going on with Q, man?
They had a good week. They upset Wichita State.
Nice. Shocker.
Then they beat Tulane last night.
Yeah.
Personally, when I watch him, everybody tells me, "Oh, he's doing this. Your nephew, this and this."
Yeah.
But when I watch him, I expect so much more.
Of course.
And I also look at him and don't see past the 13-year-old Quinton.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is, the way I don't like the offense that he's in because he's a natural point guard. He's played point guard all his life.
Yeah.
But because he had a growth spurt that took him from his senior year, he was 6'4", and now he's 6'8". So because Temple was, challenged in the height area, they moved him somewhere. Right. But they don't have a point guard that can create shots for others. When you watch them play, he's standing on the arc all the time, and they've turned him basically into a 3-point shooter. He's hitting at a good rate. He's shooting probably, I think, like 38% from 3. But if you've watched him in high school at the AAU circuit, he wasn't a 3-point shooter. He was a creator.
Yeah.
But now, as you watch him, he made it to the final cuts of the 19 and under junior Olympic team, and
much love.
And I'm going on the limb, and it's no secret. Everybody knows. Calipari was coaching that team, and he had I don't know how many Kentucky players and recruits on the team, and that's what kind of squeezed Quinton out. And Quinton, by every publication in the media, was said to have been the best player at that time.
Yeah.
So, with him, he's just hooping. Like, and the thing about young people, like when I talk to him after games and things of that nature, they don't have the same, urgency or certainty of knowing what the moment was.
Yeah.
You know, they don't like I'll hear, you know, fans tell him, you know, young fella, you did this and you did that. And he's like, you know, I was just playing ball. Like, to them, you really get to see how young these kids are.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the first thing they do when they come out of the locker room and they come and meet us is check their phones to see what everybody said on Snapchat, what everybody said on Twitter, what everybody said on Instagram. They check all that.
They two
first,
steps out of high school,
you know,
man. So
and,
yeah.
But I do like the fact that, you know, they give back in the community and things of that nature. So
yeah, that's
you know,
up.
he's doing this thing and at this point, you know, he's projected as going 20 in the draft. So, you know, so a big decision has to be made whether he goes or whether he stays in school. I mean,
don't get an agent.
To me, I would go because, you know,
but don't get an agent.
From what we've seen, you know, in history, is that the draft is based on potential now. It's not based on what you've done and things of that nature, because you will see that people that have played 1 year or, you know, played overseas and got experience overseas are getting drafted before people that even played 3 years of school, much less 4 years. The 4-year players are the second rounders or late first rounders. So I would love to see him go, but, you know, if he's not going to be top 25, then there's no sense of him going.
Yeah, you got to be first round, because that's where you get the guaranteed contract.
Right.
I mean, I would just say this: if you think about going, go and don't get an agent. Get an agent on speed dial. So if you get drafted, hey, look, I need to hire you.
And there's tons of agents that's been, you know, in contact with my brother and things of that nature.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure every day somebody's calling.
Of course.
You know, whether it's a scout, whether it's an agent, and things of that nature. So sign
when you get drafted. If you don't like where you get drafted at, go back to college.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, you know, get the education, because you know, if everything else fails, you got that.
You be debt free as well, because I'm still paying my tuition.
And put Rochester on the map. But if you get a chance to go to the Lakers, you know I'm in.
Yeah,
Uncle be there.
I just need the jersey and some sneakers. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't that be great for him and Thomas to reunite
that
on
would
the
be
Lakers?
Crazy.
Because if there's anybody that can get the best out of Thomas, it would be
from Bishop McCartney High School.
And mind you,
in LA,
they've been playing together since they were 5 and 6 at the Boys and Girls Club.
Wow, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
And here's another little known fact: they both were supposed to go to Syracuse together, but the uncertainty with Coach
the Boeheim situation
is what led them to other avenues. Because at that time, remember, Coach was saying, "Okay, we're going to go on probation, whatever. I only got this much years left." So their thought was, "Well, dang, we'll start with him, but we might not finish with him." Yeah. So you know that's basically what happened. But that was their dream, to go to Syracuse and play together.
And for those who don't know, since this is our first episode, you know, the Quinton Rose Watch is basically, we're talking about Quinton Rose from Temple University. He is a native of Rochester, New York, out of Bishop McCartney High School, and he is the nephew of Raggedy.
Yeah, but I don't like to disclose that. He's no, I'm the uncle of Quinton.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah,
I'm still nicer than him though.
Oh yeah, he don't want it.
Yeah, of course he'll get me at 47 now. Yeah,
I know, right? Ain't dunking on me though. I'm gonna foul you, though.
Oh, he's gonna get a Detroit Pistons, New York Knicks, old style Boston Celtics, and Lakers foul.
He is gonna get a Rick Mahorn, Anthony Mason.
I mean, he may
Charles Oakley.
Nah. I'm gonna say he's gonna get what Kevin McHale gave Kurt Rambis. He's get that from me.
He gonna get the Rudy Tomjanovich.
Yeah. No. I definitely can't. No. Oh. The views stated by ROC are those of only ROC. Listen.
I'm not getting dunked on.
No.
Not getting dunked on.
In today's climate, that's criminal charges. What Rudy Tomjanovich? How old is Q?
Yeah.
He will be. He's 20. He just turned 20.
Yeah, I gotta wait a year before I do that. But anyway,
I'm just saying. That's criminal charges, man. He almost ended Rudy's career. Rudy was never the same after.
I might get 25 to life for that. Yeah. He kind of like bodied Rudy. Like he went out, just woke up in Houston as a coach.
Where am I? That ain't right.
Run the triangle.
He probably said square. Run the square.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. I think we pretty much covered everything we want to talk about. We don't want to get in too much detail because there's gonna be so much more coming out.
We could have went off the limb. We could have talked about Nesser and his 175 years and everything. Or how about the parent that tried to lunge at him, that begged the judge, "Can I have 5 minutes alone?" The judge goes, "No, we really can't do that." He's like, "How about one?" The judge's like, "No." He's like, "You know what? I don't care because I'm about to," and he just went and lunged at him.
Yeah.
You know what? Any parent, for that matter, would have done the same thing.
I ain't mad at you.
Not mad
at all.
Not mad at you. Not mad at you.
It happens too much, and
one time is too much.
Yeah.
Period.
And up until recently, the charges have not been the sentencing and the time allotted has not been strict enough to, kind of like make people want to shy away from doing that type of thing. Like, seriously, it's like a slap on the wrist for messing up somebody's childhood.
We may have to go and do what the others do in other countries. Like, I forgot what country it is. Like Singapore, I know they do
cut hands off and castrate.
No. Well, where they take the glass rod and stick it in your penal hole and break it off. That'll deter you, because if somebody did that to me, I'm sitting there like, dude, I can't pee, because if I do, it's over. So you would be seeing me. I'd probably die because I wouldn't consume any liquids.
No. Yeah.
And if somebody's running water, okay, just go on. I can't even. Yeah.
I mean, my thing is this. You get 3 strikes for selling weed. And like drugs sell themselves, so you're not really selling drugs. They sell themselves. I'm not agreeing with it.
It's just a supply and demand.
Yeah, thing. I'm just saying. I'm just not agreeing with it, but I'm just saying.
Right.
But like to take somebody's like innocence, that's correct. It has to be worse than it is. It's getting better now. In this current state, especially the way Hollywood is getting shut down, and I'm like, hey. I mean, a couple people in Hollywood are probably getting a bad rap, but if 90% of them are apologizing, hey, so be it. I feel sorry for the couple that are getting a bad rap for people lying, but all these people ain't lying, so no. I'm sorry.
It's smoke in the window.
Yeah,
Believe that. I mean, it's just like literally, and then when you hear the people who they are, you're like, in your mind, you're like, no, but then some of them have track records.
Probably did it. Yeah.
I mean, every day I hear something new about Matt Lauer, and I would have never thought.
And the crazy part is like you can't even feel bad for somebody when like an allegation comes out on Tuesday at 10:45 p.m. and 10:53 p.m. on that same day they already apologized, and it's like, oh, he did it. No,
right?
Get out of here. Lock him up, whatever. No sympathy. Tavis Smiley came out swinging, but
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. He made sure he defended his name.
Yeah, but everybody else was like, "Oh, I just want to apologize for my actions." Like, get out of here.
I mean, like even I look at like a Ben Vereen.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Chicken George.
What? Come on,
but then like when you hear read the reports of what he like. Dude, you're a loser.
Dude, why you're telling them that because you're the director of a Broadway production that they have to like get naked to get in the character?
Yeah,
but they have to do this at your house. But you didn't think nothing was wrong with that? Come on.
Yeah, but you're not in the play. You're just directing.
Come on now.
Yeah,
we couldn't just do that with like our jeans and sweatshirts on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We couldn't just say you go home and keep reading and practice and look in the mirror. I don't know.
I guess not.
Hollywood.
Hollyweird.
Yeah. That's why I gave up all my hopes and dreams of being an actor, because I was like, yeah, I'd rather just make the movie and let somebody else act.
Acting's too much work.
Yeah.
Too much demand.
Let me just write it and you directed and you acted out, and just let me get the results.
I think the only thing I would like about, being an actor, maybe like the red carpet, like when my movie is just about to just come out. The premiere.
Yeah.
Or at a sneak preview somewhere in Bel Air, I'd like that. Other than that, nah.
Yeah, but even then, I'm like, yo, you taking too many pictures of me. Like, you just snap your camera like 47 times in 5 seconds. Like, chill. You know, just take one
you
picture.
Snap 50 shots, but then I only see one in the magazine. Why are we doing 50 shots? I'm only one in the magazine.
Yeah,
you know?
like for
it's
real.
crazy.
Like what happened to the other 49? Where they at?
Put them on my Instagram.
Exactly. You post them for me. I need a DVD with all the pictures that you took, you know, free of charge, because I didn't tell you that you could take my picture. So
right. Speaking of Instagram, Rock, tell them where they can find you on the social media.
Man, I got two. I got Coach Harris TF. That's my coaching, because we talking about sports. And then I'm at _DJ_ROC.
And you might have to spell rock for those that are, you know, educationally challenged.
That'd be ROC.
Okay.
THEREAL_DJ_ROC.
Right. And on Facebook, you can find me as either Andy Rose or Raggedy Andy. And on Twitter, I am Raggedy Andy, as well as Instagram, I am Raggedy Andy. I don't really mess with Instagram, so don't even check me for that. Yeah. I mean, I do, but then I don't. You know, I'm not trying to be a model, so it doesn't really work for me. Word. So, you know, the best platform to catch me on is Twitter, as well as Facebook.
I'm on the bookgram and Twitter, and I have Snapchat, but I don't even have it on my phone anymore.
I don't have Snapchat.
I stopped chatting with the snaps.
I just no. That's like if I'm gonna get Snapchat, then I'm gonna go buy Migos albums.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm good. I'm good on that.
Mama told me never. So
nothing against the Migos, but you know, it's
nothing for me.
It's not for me. It's not. Everything's not for me. I'm not. If my kids are into it, I'm not into it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And you can check me out on Twitter. It's at the real DJ ROC, all one word. The same way as Instagram is spelled, just no hyphens, no underscores, all one word, at the real DJ ROC. You can also catch us at Raw Radio online.
Absolutely.
And you can catch me on Facebook, Brian Harris. But I have a common name, so good luck searching for me.
Yeah, and just make sure you tell a friend, and that friend tells a friend. You know, this would be your vehicle for all things sports. Little bug out, you know, maybe a little hip hop, but you know, this is how